Just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave and by the time it's done I'll be gone. So distant when you're home, always hanging by your phone. Do I even know you? And I get paranoid sometimes, 'cause I know that you ain't mine, and I'm lost without you. You still be the one I talk to when I'm sad.
Hi, I'm Hunzi and I'm a cosplayer and streamer, and today we're checking out the Nitro 5 by AEST. This is honestly one of the smoothest gameplay experiences that I've had, especially on a laptop. The graphics are amazing, it's not laggy, it's very lightweight. The keyboard feels really nice to play with, and I love the RGB lights. Look how pretty they are. We love a rainbow. Yes! 4-star! 4-star character! If you're looking for a gaming laptop on the go, be sure to check out ACE's range.
Hello and welcome to the 2022 Australian Esports University League for Rainbow Six. I'm Spudoom, with me is Commandante, and we are here to bring you the playoffs lower bracket round 1 for this season. It has been a long season so far. We've seen a lot of teams go through highs and lows, but today we are in the lower bracket, which means whoever loses will be out of the tournament for good. So, high stakes match. Before we begin though, we would like to thank once again our sponsors for making this all possible. The AEL is sponsored by Predator, the gaming PC partner, AOC Monitors, the monitor partner, and RIG, the headset partner. So big thank you to them, and let's get right into it. Com, what are the maps we have on hand today?
Well, I believe starting off, we're on Cafe, and then Oregon, and then Villa, if I'm correct.
That's right, yeah.
It will be a best of 3 as it is playoffs. So it'll be very exciting if we do take it to the full 3 maps. I'm expecting that both teams will actually be very close. So we'll see how they go. So the 2 teams up are going to be the Monash and against UTS. Of course, I believe we casted UTS.
It's Western Sydney Wyverns.
Western Sydney. My apologies.
Yeah, roughly the same place. Still in
Roughly
Sydney,
the same place.
Yeah. Yes, but yeah, as you mentioned, we did see Western Sydney Wyverns last week play against RMIT Black. They did lose 2-0, hence why they're here. And Monash Mankeys, funnily enough, lost to RMIT Red. And so both these teams taken out by RMIT, they're going to have to face each other now in the playoffs to see who stays here.
I'm just wondering which team hates RMIT more, so that if they do win, they're going to be able to get revenge for both teams. So let's see how they're going here. We have the bans coming out now. Fairly standard. Thatcher and the Nomad just makes getting walls open easier, and for the defenders, don't have to be checking the flank. Oh, it's easier to flank on this map as well. So we'll see how it goes, Lance.
Nomad and Mirror, as we mentioned, both very strong bans here, but of course that leaves the Jackal up, which means you have a little bit easier time roam clearing, and roam clearing is really important on this map. Cafe, there's that second and third floor, or for the other people who prefer to call it the first and second floor, you do have very easy rotates down, so you do need to clear that area out. Of course, that leaves us with a Mirror and Kaid ban. So Monash sticking with fairly, stock standard bans, Thatcher and the Kaid. Western Sydney are the ones who are going to be a little more, going out there with the Nomad, but still, Mirror, standard stuff. So nothing too out of the ordinary for our bans here.
Definitely interesting that they would stick with the Nomad ban, since they are attacking first, and they aren't bringing a gridlock for this yet, so we'll see how they're going to manage their flank watching. So drone placement and just good teamwork will be far more important, because they won't have as easy of a utility such as a Nomad or gridlock to rely on.
Yeah, and that's something we've seen teams who can do really well with that can get away with not bringing a Nomad or that gridlock or a dedicated flank watch. Of course, you've got your cameras. I'm surprised even that they've chosen not to bring, say, a Zero. You can watch a lot of area with those cams, and if you have someone on those cams all the time, that of course doubles up as your flank watch. Instead, they're going to be opting for that lion setup, maybe help keep the Mankeys at bay, so they say. But yeah, overall, a very solid lineup. Just got to be sure they don't lose the hard breach too early, because that could be very devastating.
Yeah, definitely. Only one hard breach, and we hear Valkyrie just gonna play a little aggressively. If Wakame's not careful on the sledge, he could get jumped out quite easily. If he has that repel, he's gonna go for it. And this could be devastating. Losing the sledge, getting rid of the hatches is gonna be much more annoying. You just don't want to lose him too early. But however, he hasn't heard the repel, I guess. So he is just waiting calmly. But Jaeger is gonna be holding the windows. Nice long angle, the classic one from Freezer, held by the Wamai, just to keep the defenders at bay, and they have to take this quite slowly, with no entry onto the map yet.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's no pixel position being played here, considering we have both, well, all three forms of utility denial, but no shield being brought out, which again is odd for a third floor defense. But of course, we do see a player in Freezer, but I don't know if that's enough to challenge this piano area. There's only one in the bathroom, and it should be fairly easy to make progress into that because you don't have to worry about the peek out from that shield.
They have dropped the hatch now. The attackers gonna start committing, trying to get rid of that corner person, but unfortunately, Line is down. Good trade onto the Aruni there. Line will be able to survive with a slither of HP. Valkyrie Nitro toss, doesn't find anyone, still safe. No longer on top of the stairwell here. They have taken full control of Piano. Zafir will push down the hallway very soon with the red pinks coming out. Good teamwork there. Surely line scans coming in. Wamai wasn't quite sure how far Zafir has pushed out, and very strong aggressive attack. Sledge has fallen in the meantime, but it's just a very aggressive counterattack coming out. Valkyrie caught down below, and the diffuser has been denied.
Yeah, that's an important pick there to get that momentum back in the second one as well, with the pistol no less. And Rowan actually on the flank will actually change things up, and now the momentum has shifted the entire way. But Magpie with one more, will he be able to get the last one? Sees the body but can't land the shots. Rowan has to fall back now. He's got the ping and the camera as well, but the swing will not work out. Rowan will take this fight, and what was looking like a poor position for Monash has suddenly turned into their first round win.
Yeah, that was quite close there. It did go back and forth. Good early picks there by Western Sydney, but just didn't come through. I think Mia pushed in a bit too deep into Freezer with not enough support. But it was really close. It came down to a 1v1, but the defenders had the Maestro cam up to provide the intel, and Valkyrie can easily reposition slightly off from where the Yana might have expected, but it could have gone down either way.
Yeah, honestly, I started off thinking that would be a Western Sydney round, just based on how well they were able to take the territory of the bathroom and get into Freezer, which is, of course, your kind of standard push. After that, you go for the diffuser at the trash bag area where you're hidden by the wall, and usually things are pretty good from there. However, I did notice the Maestro camera was placed in a position that potentially could have denied that, so could explain their decision, otherwise puzzling, to plant on the other default, which is near the pillar, which of course, Rudasnuki able to spot out and then ultimately deny the plan. So, some good adaptation, I suppose, in Western Sydney, but I think one thing that let them down there would have been the flank watch.
Yeah, definitely. But now we're going to come to round 2 here, and I wonder if Western Sydney is going to change up anything. I like that they're going to be sticking with the sledge, especially for this the first floor hold. Sledge is very strong since so much of the ceiling is destructible. And Diana might be switching for the Twitch drone, which could be very useful getting rid of utilities such as the Maestro camera. But of course the defenders aren't actually playing that. They do have the Butte for some intel denial, and they do have a lot of utility dedicated to slowing down the defenders with the castle barricades, the Rudy gates, and as well as the Malusi.
Yeah, the pace set by Western Sydney was pretty good, so I can see the logic from Monash in trying to slow things down, buy themselves a little bit more time. I certainly don't want it to come back down to the same closeness that we saw in that previous round. For Monash's part, though, there's not actually going to be any... there will be one Roma upstairs, and we mentioned this is kind of crucial territory for Western Sydney to clear. And I'm not sure if they're aware of Rowan's positioning upstairs. If they're not careful, they could drop right into a trap here.
I think that's definitely a key possibility. So they do need good drone work. Zafir is deciding whether she wants to jump down or not, and good droning there. Good droning there does pick out the Melusi, so now she's on a countdown. Is she gonna commit to getting one pick, or is she gonna trade her life out, or just lose her life for no reason? So good job there, taking the initiative, but a lot of firefighting coming out. Melusi gets the easy first pick onto the line. That's pretty huge. Iruni is taken down in the meantime. A double kill, confirming the diffuser upstairs is pretty worthwhile, trading 1 for 2. QED does finish him off, and we'll be able to recover the diffuser. I think the key here thing is that Sledge is still up and running, so they will be able to cause a lot of pressure onto the defenders holding on site.
One thing, though, that is definitely missing now is the hard breacher, and certainly that bakery wall has not been opened, the hatch cannot be opened, and this is going to be really, really troubling for Western Sydney, and it's just a bit unfortunate. I'm not sure where that ace got picked off from, but certainly shouldn't have been peeking some of these angles, because now, as you can see, although Western Sydney can exert a lot of pressure upstairs, they can't actually get onto the site, which is, you know, the name of the game. So all Monash need to do now is sit back and wait. They don't need to peek even these vertical angles because they know that Western Sydney are going to have to funnel through. Of course, Wakame, if he just lands those shots like that, things will be a lot simpler, but Zini with a pick 2 versus 2.
I like how the two remaining defenders are playing off each other because it's very difficult to try and push down that stairs. They need to look one way, which is completely opposite of where the other's hiding, but good nade coming up from Wakame, catching off Zeri, and now it's just... And unfortunately, a trade comes back out. That hold was really powerful by the castle holding it, and now it's a 1v1 situation. 20 seconds on the clock. Zafir has a vague idea of where he is, but not exactly. Sees ahead, does misses the peak. It's very crucial. Jump smash and jump over. Somehow not a headshot. Castle just holding on, but the spray of QND's gun is a bit more than what Castle has and doesn't need to reload. Great pick, very aggressive, which is what you needed right at the end there.
Yeah, there wasn't really any other option except for brute forcing the site, and that's what he did. He just jumped right in, held down mouse 1. I mean, we can talk about the skill that it requires to hold down mouse 1 like that, but I think we already know it's a very high level. But having said that, I have to hand it to Western Sydney, right? I really thought that was a round that they would lose, given the fact that they didn't have any of the critical walls open, the hard breach was gone, and so on. But they just went for those aggressive peaks, they went for the kills, even when there was significant risk to themselves, and ultimately it did pay off. And I think that speaks well of Western Sydney's ability to attack, especially since they have actually chosen to attack on both these maps.
Yeah, so, and it's good to see that despite not having the Nomad, they're functioning very well. I'm just wondering if Monash will be able to commit more roamers this time. The Melusi did work out quite well with getting 2 kills, but honestly, that situation, it was just, sometimes I think it was just a bit of bad luck coming out. Just getting 2 free kills there. So if they do commit more roamers, or more flankers, I think it could... they could be able to pick apart Western Sydney's attack a bit easier.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rowan was playing by himself upstairs, no support. Had there been a second player upstairs, the effect that he could have had would have been amplified so much more.
I don't know whose drone is whose.
yeah. This is rookie errors, guys. You can't make these mistakes. And here he is again. He's still upstairs. He's going to be holding on to that by himself. Hez, however, will be at least providing a little bit of support from pillars, so he can fall back and give that support, but still not entirely directly with him, which can mean he could get picked off.
Yeah, so we're just gonna see how they drop. And Wakame first on already with the sledge. I like this aggression coming up from him. Drone is just in front of him as he is clearing all the angles, but I think they might have missed Lucy in Freezer. But no, a wall gets open, and they did drone her out in time. That was good. Taken to half HP, but unfortunately double kill. This was really good. This is what I was talking about, that they had to play off each other, and that was good refragging from the other team. Lucy does get taken down, but it's 1 for 2, so still very worth it for Monash Mankeys.
Yeah, the live drones and the trades are really, really working out for Western Sydney. Despite that loss, it's certainly, I would say, it's been played well, right? And it's just rather unfortunate that they've come out on the, on the. Granted, though, they have got rid of. Okay, never mind. That's a hard breach once again taken out. I was going to say they've got rid of some utility, but then I realized no, they've only cleared the Lucy. So, as good as these trades are, I'm not sure this is working out. Well, okay, that's certainly.
Okay, that was I thought we missed that there for a second. But I think it's pretty critical. The difference with this time and last time is that they don't have the sledge this time. They can't actually pressure from the vertical as easily. So I think the defenders have a much more comfortable time on site. Good attempt with the Nitro. They're not quite catching the Lion. Does tag her down very low. Now she's concerned about the deposit underneath. Sees the feet. Tags him down. Unfortunately, shot in the foot and dies from blood loss. Good pick there and good catch there by the Lion. Ping does come out and Castle is holding the long hallway. Hoping to catch anyone there. With 25 seconds left, the attackers need to figure out a game plan and fast.
There really isn't much time to do anything except maybe drone. Not sure why they've chosen to do that. Willowwinds can't actually make it out alive, so he's going to stick it. Does get scanned out. He's going to be looking the wrong way. And then Vincent, last one alive. Ruda Snooki takes out QED. Now it's a 1v1 once again, but the diffuser is down. All Ruda Snooki does is need to chill out. And he'll be... No!
Oh, no!
No! Ruda Snooki, that was yours to win, and he threw it away just like that. He got caught looking the wrong way. There were much better options to hide there, buddy. That was not the spot you wanted to be in, and Western Sydney rob another round from under Mankeys' nose.
Yeah, they should be calling themselves the Monash Clowns, losing that round.
Wow.
My apologies, that was a bit rude, but you know, he probably was looking the wrong way, expecting him to chase for the diffuser, but of course, he was a bit patient, able to look through the destroyed wall, and just happened to see him and pick him off. So now they're going to be giving up on that bottom kitchen hold. It's just not worth it for them. They have one on this side, so this is probably the most comfortable one. So let's hopefully they can get one back on West Sydney.
Yeah, I'm not sure what... I feel like what's going on here for Mankeys is that they're not playing the advantages they have when they have that player count up. They continue to peak, which, given last round, was probably what they did. Well, no. Both rounds, they did not need to continue to peak. Both rounds, they've taken out the hard breacher. Time is ticking down. They really don't need to do much. They can... Yeah, but unfortunately, the positioning has left them quite exposed, and there, at that last round, we saw Willowwinds and Ruda Snooki were completely separated, weren't able to play the trade, and of course the line didn't help either. So it's a matter of, I suppose, falling back a little bit earlier. Once you have that advantage, once you know that time has ticked down, fall back to site, play together, rather than risk things like that happening.
And Valkyrie's once again in her original angle. I'm still hoping for a jump up. I think she's missed her chance this time. Or probably attackers are often expecting that jump out, so they really actually repel up that wall. Wakame opening the hatch, got the drone work going, and he's going to probably be the first one in. Flash is coming out to take Piano. Oh no! Oh, that was not Piano, unfortunately. And that was an easy pick off by the Jaeger. Might be able to get a second one. Just trying to pick the window with a nice angle there. It's probably very difficult for the repellers to contest that. QED going to try to repel onto Piano to contest. Wakame gets taken down. This is looking very good. Once again, the numbers advantage heavily favored for the Monash Mankeys. And 2 less people means less people watching the runouts as QED tries to contest Piano. Sees the Maestro cam, I believe, or the Jaeger. And now she's going to hopefully clear it out. But it's not looking too good, losing the Lion and the sledge early.
Yeah, we spoke about the unnecessary risks that Monash were taking, but it seems Western Sydney took one when rappelling up that window as well. They do get something for it. They take out the mice, so no more magnets, and that does leave that pixel bathroom area free. But of course, Ruda Snooki still on these white stairs, a very powerful position. Magpie, however, finds Zini in the background. That's a Rooney gone, and it drops back down to a 3 versus 3.
Valkyrie still on the roam there. I like that she hasn't fully fallen back. She has used the Nitro, but she has potential to opportunity to flank. But Jaeger's up there alone on the hallway, taken down quite heavily, and Valkyrie's gonna come back him up as they're gonna stop the push down that long hallway. And all 2 defenders taken down very low, but double kill coming out from Maggie. Good stem there with the Finker, bring up his teammate. And then once again, Western Sydney clutch it out. Beautiful play by the Finker and also QED with that last kill. Don't know what happened there. Once again, every time Monash Monkeys have the advantage and they somehow lose it, Western Sydney just able to somehow make things work with less people.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest here. We do know that Cafe is a little more attacker-sided, but I don't think this is coming down entirely just to that. I think a lot of it is Western Sydney's ability to, as you mentioned, work with less people, get those trades, and also Monash Mankeys failing to play it safe, right? They're peeking when they don't need to, it seems. Well, definitely props to Western Sydney, though. They know their players down. They know they need to take those risks, and they're very confident in doing so. I mean, we saw Magpie. He just ran straight through that bar, straight through the rotate, which you normally never see anyone do, right? You just don't send anyone there, and he managed to get 2 picks off of it. So, it worked out. It's just that, if Monash keep giving them freebies like that, Western Sydney will be able to get away with it.
5 seconds to go.
I think maybe they just need to bring more LMGs. Finker LMG got them the W. Maybe they need more than a Maestro LMG. They don't even have a Maestro this time. I think it's clear, Lance, that from the statistics that Western Sydney are going to win again.
Yeah.
But this Valkyrie play, once again, trying to go for the flank. He's always doing the same thing, but it's not really working out. I hope that I can see that the Valkyrie rotates back to site earlier, or maybe pressure the red stairs rather than going down the same stairs that Jaeger was already holding. Maybe that could be different, but of course we never know in the heat of the moment, so we're just going to see how this round plays out.
Yeah, that is a good point. Western Sydney just don't choose to play from downstairs, and Monash seem to have figured this out. They're still putting resources down there, which of course hurts them in the long run. They need to have more people up here, especially considering the pressure that Western Sydney is pushing out from these attacks. It's a very, very direct attack. They go straight through the site we saw last time, and it will really, really benefit Monash to have extra players, extra guns to work with.
I'm liking that Valkyrie may be slowly walking up there for a potential counterplay there. The attackers have entered onto the site. Valkyrie going to go for the cheeky jump out, prepping the double door. He's going to be notified if anyone's on piano rappel and might be able to catch someone. So let's see how this works out for them. Half the time has gone. He has committed. Doesn't see anyone, unfortunately. Is going to be running back. Very unfortunate. Not quite there. QED was not actually ready to crawl up yet, or he got the heads up and he came down. Oh, good head tap by Hazebola, taking out Wakame. The sledge, or the classic entry fragger are gone. And another pick taking out the aces is very good. Willow wins. Well done. Got the diffuser dropped in a really awkward position, and he's gonna buff himself up with 2 Wamai frisbees. Vincent is going to be in a bit of a pickle here. No flashes left, no drones to destroy any of the Rooney hatches, or the Rooney gates, I'm sorry. QED gets taken out on the white stairs window, looking very bad. 5v2, these are good odds for Monash Monkeys. I can't possibly lose it now.
Yeah, well, we said that a couple of times, but they've done the same thing over and over again. But really, I don't know how this aggression is going to save them here. They've got the 2 players at least stacked up to try and get the trades, but Vincent will fall. It's all up to the Finker now. The Finker, I think, is out of charges. Oh, it's still recharging. Yep, she's out of charges, and that's going to be 2 down, and Monash finally taken around.
Yeah, this is what Monash Monkey needs. Finally a win for them after so many consecutive losses to Western Sydney. I think this is going to be pretty huge. I feel like they might be just warming up here in the early game. 3-2, probably not the best for the defense, but Monash, it's still early days, even on Cafe still. If they go 3-3, this will be huge for them. So let's see if they actually manage to win a kitchen bomb site hold, since historically has not worked out too well for them. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, that is, of course, they've played the first floor twice, they've lost it twice. So, yeah, really not a great sight. And of course, added tilt factor there, always down to 1v1 at the last moments that Western Sydney are able to rip it away from Monash. So, yeah, not the best feeling, but hopefully Monash have at least picked up some momentum. Things have changed a little bit. The mental's looking good after finally defeating Western Sydney at least a round. And they know, things aren't too bad. Even if Western Sydney take this next one 4-2, again, attacker-sided map, Monash are still in pretty good situation here to mount their own attack on the round switch.
A couple tiny switch-ups with the low winds, not on the castle anymore. He's probably feels very betrayed by his own utility, which may have caused his loss in the previous hold. And we're on the attackers. Path of Koos is given up and now switching to the Thermite. But what is this? This is a very aggressive play here, running right into Bakery. Unfortunately, Wakame not able to get the entry frag off. Zenny, well done. Nitro Toss comes out, might be able to pick off with someone upstairs. Nope, takes out the Nitro because his friends are playing upstairs. Zenny now has to hold the door where the Thermite has now opened up. Probably a very good play there with the Thermite, just able to get the walls open much quicker. The Ace charge is just more susceptible to tricking. Zenny taken to very low HP, but another one falls, 3 falls with Maggie and QED left. Maggie is down now in a tour to QED in a 1v4 position, not looking too hot for Western Sydney as the diffuser is dropped in a poor position with the Jaeger being able to hold it. Not looking the right way, Jaeger gets off the hold. QED with another easy pick, but good refrag there with the pistol one tap by Malusi.
I'll be honest here, I'm a little bit puzzled with Western Sydney's decision making in that round. I mean, previously their attacks have been very well coordinated, they've got all the roam clear, but this time they just barreled straight in. They didn't really seem to drone much, and they tried to rely just on, press mouse 1, kill. But yeah, it didn't work. We got someone on the flank, and of course, yeah, all the power positions. Ruta Snooki just able to wipe them out from the breach. So they weren't even winning their gunfights here. Now, I can see some logic in it. They thought, okay, well, last time, obviously, it took a lot of time, and they took significant losses. So knowing that there's probably 2 players upstairs, they're just going to 5-3-3 on the site. But that's not how it played out, and Monash now able to take it 3-3, and now on their attacking half, this is hopefully where they get the chance to shine.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a big gamble that they were relying on the entry fraggers. I mean, the initial play between Zenny and Wakame could have gone either way. If the Sledge got the kill, I reckon they probably could have just rushed onto site with the momentum and actually won that. So yeah, at the end of the day, it was a gamble play. It didn't work out for Western Sydney. But they're now 3v3, still fairly even though it is attacker-sided. Maybe Western Sydney also like the defense, so we're just going to see how it works out. The Chanka play by Vincent, I'm very excited for any big kills with the big gun.
Again, Peninsula running the Clash SMG site. We've mentioned it a couple of times, and you got to pay respect. That man only runs that site, and he clicks heads with it, right? He does work. So props to him. We will go back to, of course, hold in the bathroom. Tachanka, of course, standing up there. But yeah, looks like a standard. Okay, I'm not sure why they decided not to open. Ah, I see. Yes. Sorry, I'm just confused why they're just kind of sitting there and not sure what to do, but...
But we see here the Gridlock is coming out, which I sort of expected Western Sydney to actually pull out. But maybe Western Sydney don't have a Gridlock player, or they know how to counter Gridlock properly, since maybe they were expecting it to come out. So let's see how it goes. Path of Koos get taken down really low from Piano. towards one of the piano, the bar side window maybe. And he is in quite a dangerous position, quite exposed. I think he's kind of stuck in there now. So he might be playing for the suicide play. We'll be able to get a pick potentially. And was trying to just contest the windows. Play has slowed down a bit, half the time already gone. So Monash Mankeys really need to have thoroughly droned everything out for the execute.
Yeah, we're seeing the same story here of a rather slow attack, but on the side of Western Sydney, they were actually clearing things and getting picks, whereas here, Monash Mankeys are just kind of sitting outside, not too sure what to do. I mean, the first step, of course, is you get that piano control, but they haven't only just managed to do that. Path of Chaos will be the one who falls, and, you know, given his position, I'm really not surprised there. But Bathroom's still being held onto, so Western Sydney still have some pretty good control, and with that, that will be the ace off the board. Rita Snooki finds one on this balcony, but taken down by that nice DMR shot. Monash Mankeys now, they've got 3 players, but they've only got 30 seconds.
Oh, good defense there, holding the white stairs, Maggie taking him out. And another pick coming out all from both sides. Very sad that Tachanka, our Lord and Savior, fell very early in the game. But I think Monash were probably just stretched too thin with their flanks. They weren't able to play off each other, and they just lost the 1v1 gunfights.
Yeah, there wasn't much utility dedicated to clearing out that bathroom, that pixel and player. Also, it took a really long time to clear out Path of Chaos, and he was in the middle of the room. All you had to do was poke a piano window, and you would have been able to kill him. So, yeah, Monash, the utility usage wasn't the greatest. We saw even at the start they were struggling. Oh, that's right. We don't need to use our breaching charge for the hatch. We have a shotgun. And although that does seem to be a minor thing, I think it's indicative of bigger problems in that they're not properly utilizing their utility to get the job done.
Yeah, I think that castle setup was also quite annoying. They push him, but a lot of the line of sight is cut off so that the defenders can sort of split them apart. And I think that did help out, especially wasting those breach charges. It might have also been a potential factor in slowing down the attack. But now let's see Western Sydney here on the bottom kitchen side hold. Let's see how they fare this time. Bit of a late reinforcement on these bakery walls. They're gonna have to hurry up. What if the attackers go for a full send? Could have not gone too well for them.
Well, based on how Monash Mankeys are playing, I would say that full send really isn't their style. They seem to be more of a slow, methodical type, though.
Oh.
That's not methodical at all. Hezbollah lifts his finger off the trigger, and Wakame lifts his head off his shoulders. Opening pick now, and Wakame hears that barricade being broken. I think he might look to get aggressive here. Looking for the feetsies, and yeah, Owen might be in for a nasty surprise. Oh, there he goes. A second for Wakame. And that's 2 key players taken off the board already.
Jeez, just demolishing them. Wakame, 2 beautiful kills. And once again, where's the drone work? I think they really needed that. Even though they have a vague idea, it's always good for the drone to confirm. But they do push into bakery. The wall is getting open now. Zeni might just be able to catch the head of that one defender playing in closet. But Wakame with a triple kill. He's on fire now, hoping to get a 4th kill on Willow wins, surely. The ace unfortunately has been stolen. Not sure when the other one fell. But no, Wakame gets taken out. Willow wins, avenging his friends. But it's a 1v4 situation. He has 1 drone, some claymores left, and 1 ace charge left. So he's going to see if he can make something work. There's so many angles to watch now. I think this has been very counterproductive trying to get all these holes open. And they just have to play safe. Monash Mankeys can't... Western Sydney surely can't whiff this. They just have to play safe. I think they should learn from their predecessors' mistakes on this site. And it's a sure victory for them.
Your drone has provided that info now, and yeah, I really like how Western Sydney are playing it right now. Just picking up mostly slow and steady. They don't need to peek, they just need to wait for Willow-ins to walk into a crossfire, and that's a GG. Well, at least for this round anyway. But Western Sydney looking really, really...
Oh!
Oh my goodness. QED, that is just rude. That's rude. Would have been worse if he meleeed him, but at least he used the gun.
No, he managed to headshot with that DMR, isn't it?
At that range, it's firing. Yikes. Yeah, Western Sydney looking really, really dominant on this map, and I'm pretty sure this is their map pick, but yeah, if the attack wasn't enough, they certainly have the strats prepared for defense, and Monash just don't seem to have the answers for it.
Yeah, loving that Echo there, just sort of taunting the ace, not having his aim on the game, and the Echo drone just confirming the knock on with the final bit of a BM kill. But now we're just gonna come to the first time we're gonna be seeing these second floor site, or the first floor I mean, second floor site, a bit confusing for me with these Americans, no ground floor. Yeah, nothing much else to say. Lance, what do you think about this site?
I actually quite like this site. It is better than the other one, but there's a lot you can do up on this cocktail balcony area. You know, you've got that vertical control. You can play vertical onto that reading room entry. You can deny anyone coming in through that piano bathroom corridor. And of course, you can always just jump down and you've got an easy rotate. So again, very, very strong position to hold. And my question will be whether Monash Mankeys will try to contest this and challenge the players upstairs, or if they'll just go straight for the site.
Yep, let's see how they go. IQ is being brought out. They probably got sick of that Echo drone, but unfortunately that was not picked up. What do you think the implications of the operator that Magpie's playing? I'm not too sure, too confident on the name. Do you want to just enlighten me on Maggie's operator?
Yes. Thorn will, of course, for those who haven't been around when she was released, she does have that Thorn Razor Bloom gadget. It's a proximity-based mine. You do get a little bit of time when you step into it. You've got like 3 seconds before it goes off, but that's when you have to make a decision. And of course, you can use it a bit like a frost mat. Force the attackers to shoot that instead, or shoot you, and usually the other one will kill. Of course, also a bit of information. So I want to see where he has placed these mines, whether he's using it for that information, as we mentioned, or for that crossfire, which can be very, very effective.
I like here how the attackers have swiftly taken the west side of the top floor, and top floor control on this map, especially on this bomb site, is very crucial. But I like how so many of the defenders are committed. And nice push there by Maggie, very aggressive, taking out the ace early. Rob Stuckey also taken out, but Hasbulla gets the kill. And another trade coming in. Rudy Snooki is safe for somehow, but Malusi just need to play a bit more aggressively. Loses the chance to get 2 free kills. This is very, very big mistake. And now it's just a 2v4 situation. Wakame also going to be playing aggressively. I like this aggression. They don't want to be on site. They want to force the attackers in a difficult position. With the first shot, but Wakame gets a kill onto Ruda Snooki. He was on a slither of health. That's a good job in trying to even it out a little bit more. And now they're just going to pull back on the site with 50 seconds left.
Willow Winds will get taken down on that hatch drop, and suddenly that player count has been evened back out. They do have vertical control, so they can start applying a bit of pressure, but it is still going to be very, very difficult, especially with Wakame still alive. He's got that shotgun in hand. He's going to be able to deny any close range fights, and these stairs will mean it's a very, very close range fight. Shots going out now. Does know the position is there, but he has backed off now, so does buy a little bit more time. But again, 20 seconds now. It's a slow attack, and looks like it can be slowed even more by these gas canisters. Still has 2 in pocket. So that's going to be very, very difficult.
Oh no. Zafir committing to dropping the gas-filled stairs. Unfortunately not looking the right way. Very sneaky there by Wakame with the shotgun ready. With that googly eye rubber ducky charm, gets a nice kill in the end. And also QED finishing off the other attacker.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest, that was a much better attempt from Monash. They managed to get the top floor control, but it was 3v3, and then they kind of weren't sure what to do. Of course, Wakame's aggression was another big contributing factor. Came back up the stairs, got a pick, and then fell back. So put the advantage at least more, well, lessened the advantage that Monash had. Then after that, of course, he just has a shotgun, he's just better, and Monash struggled to find a way on the site. With that, they will struggle, in fact, to find a round at all in Western Sydney's defensive half. 3 rounds, 3 perfect defenses from Western Sydney. They get to go back to their primary site now. They have 3 rounds buffer, whereas Monash Mankeys, if they make a single mistake, that will be the map.
Yep, that's right. Monash Mankeys on a tightrope now. Western Sydney just very comfortable on this map, 6-3, and they're back onto the top floor site, which I assume is one of their more comfortable areas. First time seeing the Warden coming out by Magpie. I think Magpie's liking to switch it up a little every single round with a different operator, but he has the Black Ice to show for it, so let's see how it works out for him in this potentially final round on Cafe.
Saw the shield there as well in Cigar. It's going to be a very, very aggressive hold here in the Cigar. Probably playing behind the shield, could play in that little closet as well. Those very, very common positions. Yeah, he has all the ADSs as well stacked up there to help him, and given the slow pace of Monash's attacks, especially from this piano red hatch area,
Oh no.
could do a lot of damage. Really Snooki, however, does enough damage to take out Path of Chaos. Unfortunately, caught reinforcing, but you gotta do those earlier. And it will be a 4v5 for Western Sydney, but I wouldn't quite count them out yet.
Oh, Cutie gonna go for the risky reinforcement. As Magpie gonna be playing that relatively aggressive angle. The piano wall is getting open, and surely we'll see the attacker's entry on the site. Very tough loft, losing Path of Chaos really early on. Pretty much a free kill there. And good pick off by Rudder Snooki. Magpie also playing a very aggressive angle. I like this, but it could go either way. And just playing very safe here by Monash Mankeys. They really need to play quite methodically. If they take any too big of a risk, they could risk losing the first sight. But good pick there. First onto Vincent, but now the Warden has dropped. So let's see if he manages to get something out of it.
Right. Rowan is downstairs looking for any roamers trying to make their way up, but he can't quite catch the Warden. Neither player quite aware of each other, but Magpie certainly knows now. He's got the gun out. He's ready for this entry, but Rowan just going to hang around pillars for now. Neither player too aware of either's exact location. Magpie, however, will find him, but not fast enough. Rowan turns and lands a nice headshot. Finally, things start going in Monash's favor. However, 2 hicks there, 1 more on the retrade, and it's all up to Akame now. Can he do it once again?
Oh no, he looked away just on that white stairs, but he still managed to get Rowan. Very low HP. He is getting pushed by the 2 attackers, 1 in the bathroom and 1 from the hatch drop. Willow Wind is going to play very aggressively, managed to pick up the diffuser, but the pre-play smoke pushes him out. But he is on a pretty safe plant position, and good positioning there by the Zephyr, getting the final kill. That was actually kind of close, Lance, but they managed to win, and this is looking potentially a clawback by Monash Mankeys.
Yeah, Monash Mankeys managed to clear out the Warden, who wasn't able to deny the cigar area as much as he would have liked. And of course, they did see they ran into Rowan downstairs, who managed to clear up that pick. So ultimately, you know, a well-fought round for Monash Mankeys. They definitely needed to break that streak that Western Sydney had been building up. But still, I don't think it's enough to say that Monash can, you know, definitely bring this back to an overtime, given just how these rounds have been playing out. The aggression and the kind of dynamic movement from Western Sydney has been so much faster than Monash is used to, and it's really catching them off guard here.
Yep, and Monash Western Sydney's aren't actually going to be bothering with the top floor side. They're going to go back to probably their favorite, even though I said every site they picked is their favorite. So now we're back in kitchen here, and they're going to go for the classic hold that they were using before, but Magpie going to be on the Oryx this time. As I said, he's probably doing some kind of operator roulette, just spinning the wheel every time to see what he's going to play next. So the attackers are always kept guessing. Interesting that they did not commit with the sledge for this one. I think the sledge would have been very helpful. Oh no, Magpie with the cheeky tap, taking out Rowan very early. I'm not sure from where, but that is pretty huge, losing a lot of droning utility here. Good pick by Magpie so early.
Yeah, that's of course the ARX, the 2 frag grenades, and the Gon 6, so utility and entry power just gone, just like that. Definitely well worth this pick, and he's looking for more as well. And we mentioned earlier that we saw a really slow attack from Monash Mankeys, and I think Magpie will be trying to capitalize on this to stall out more time. However, Hezbollah with the LMG will lay down, well, a lot of suppressing fire, though. Some of those Habana charges will get shot, but Wakame takes a lot of damage in return and is forced to pull back.
That was very cheeky of him. Just wondering where all those Habana pallets gone, and this poor guy just getting robbed by Wakame. I think even though he traded a significant amount of HP, I think that was still pretty worth it. And RX returning with a bang into Freezer. But that Freezer was not fully reinforced, so maybe the attackers might reposition and go for a Freezer attack instead, since his bakery attack has not gone so well, especially Habana not being able to open the main Freezer, the main bakery double wall.
Yeah, they've pretty much foregone this roam clear at all. They're just kind of brute forcing through, you know, this prep area, and that really presents opportunities, I think, that Western Sydney aren't taking. They could play the vertical above this prep and wait for them to walk in. Monash aren't dedicating any utility at all to droning that out, so a little bit puzzling they haven't chosen to do that. Willow wins, will find QED. Buddha Snooki, however, finds a second from Magpie, and there it is, the vertical. And finally, it's reaping rewards as Hezbollah, last one left alive to clutch out this round and this map. Takes one, Path of Chaos falls. It's a 2v1 now. He's got the LMG. He's got the tools to do it. We've seen him do better as well. But will he be able to find those kills? Western Sydney playing very safe. Goes for the bait plant. Doesn't quite land. It does get taken down at the end. Vincent with the final pick. And that's a good half. 7-4.
Wow, beautiful defense there. Just playing very safely. Good to see from Western Sydney. They don't want to choke and just slowly give another round or another round, which could rebuild the morale lost by Mankeys. But yeah, unfortunately, Western Sydney just looking very strong on Monash. On Cafe. Just getting all those, those straight attack wins and those straight defense wins. So yeah, looking very strong as we're going to be heading into map 2 very, very soon.
Yeah, definitely Western Sydney. It was their map from the very beginning. Despite, the even results we saw at the attack, they managed to clutch it out and in very, very dominating fashion. So we will have to go to Villa next to see if Monash will be able to find their footing again or if this will be a 2-0. Before we do that, though, and head over to a break, I would like to once again thank our sponsors. The AEL is sponsored by Predator, the gaming PC partner, AOC Monitors, the monitor partner, and RIG, the headset partner. So with that, we will go to a short break. Don't go away, and we will see you soon.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Hi, I'm Kunzi and I'm a cosplayer and streamer, and today we're checking out the Nitro 5 by Acer. This is honestly one of the smoothest gameplay experiences that I've had, especially on a laptop. The graphics are amazing, it's not laggy, it's very lightweight. The keyboard feels really nice to play with, and I love the RGB lights. Look how pretty they are. We love a rainbow. Yes! 4-star! 4-star character! If you're looking for a gaming laptop on the go, be sure to check out Acer's range.
And welcome back to map 2 of our lower bracket round 1 for the 2022 season 1 of the AEL University League. I'm Spudoom, with me is Commandante, and we've just seen a banger of a map. We saw Western Sydney Wyverns take down Monash Mankeys on Cafe 7-4, a very convincing victory, but now they're going to have to make a repeat here. We will be heading to Villa, where Wyverns once again face the attack, and Monash have a chance now to redeem themselves and make it even at 1-1.
Yeah, and I believe this is Monash's map of choice, Villa. And Western Sydney, interesting, are actually going to commit to the attack. They're a very aggressive team, and I think they like to play off the momentum from winning a few more extra attack rounds than the defense might have expected. So we're just going to see how this works out for them. Someone in the Twitch chat is calling me out for being biased. I will have you know I am a very, very high integrity caster. And of course, if Mankeys can show that they're actually good, then I will actually be shouting them out. But so far, they just haven't demonstrated it. I can't just make up evidence out of nowhere. So just going to see how it goes.
Wow, you tell them, Com. You tell them. But yeah, to be entirely fair, right? Both teams have played fairly well. Western Sydney just has been playing better. And in fact, they are playing 3 rounds better. And that's why, well, 7-4 was the previous score. But that's enough about the previous map. I have heard the map starting sound. We will be heading to Villa, and Willow wins. Yes, thank you very much for your reminder. Remember, click heads. That is the aim of the game. After that, of course, you do want to win, but, you know, what's that? It's all about the KD, right?
Yep, and classic Thatcher ban coming up from Mankeys. I wonder if Western Sydney will follow through with another Nomad ban, because I think even on Villa as well, there's a lot of flanking opportunities. And no, an Ossa ban, very interesting. I'm not quite sure, has Ossa been a high pick rate operator on this map, Lance?
Well, we did see Monash play it a lot, so I'm not surprised here that they've chosen to do that. Monash have been relying on it to get that intel and get a safe entry point into the map. So removing it denies their ability to progress as quickly, and that has been one of the weaknesses that Monash's attacks have faced. So no surprises there. Along with the mirror, again, a very standard strong operator to ban. Monash Mankeys will finish things off with a Valkyrie ban to get rid of some of the intel that Western Sydney have been relying on, which of course leaves the Kaid as usual. Going to be a little bit more difficult to get those walls open, especially with the Thatcher gone.
Yep, and now counting down into the first round. What are you expecting to see? I think it's interesting that they're actually going to stick with the Nomad this time. Nomad is very key for this map. I guess they decided they can't live without it, unlike Cafe. Villa just has so many more flanking opportunities. So just going to see how they make it happen. They're just going to need good drone work and good teamwork. And of course, Western Sydney has always been confident on winning the 1v1 gunfights especially, but maybe Mankeys, they like this map more, so I think generally if you're comfortable on a map, you're comfortable to take those 1v1s. So Mankeys, I expect will win those 1v1s a bit more often.
Yeah, historically as well, Monash teams have been very, very good on the defense. Although this isn't the same roster we've been seeing in previous seasons, the Monash that won last season or the last 2 seasons, those players aren't playing anymore. So maybe some of that knowledge has filtered down to the Mankeys. They might have a good setup here, but they've got a lot at stake here because, as we mentioned, the other Monash teams aren't playing anymore. This is the only Monash team remaining. So if they go, then the university that has won, well, 2 of the last seasons will actually be out from the playoffs entirely. So a lot riding on this. Monash Mankeys are going to have to step up their game here if they want to take it to map 3.
Yeah, Magpie coming in very strongly with the classic LMG on the Finker, going to play very aggressively. Surely a drone is there. He is going to take out the cam, which is going to alert that defender there who is sitting in bicycles. Gets droned out, trying to chase the drone. Gets it after half a clip, but that's alright. Rolling with the recovery. Going to be playing around. Magpie gonna be a bit lost. He could easily get picked off here, but Wakame gets the good pick onto Ron, removing that defender. Very good, just being able to play off each other. Well, Rowan didn't have a friend with him to keep his back safe. So that's kind of a free kill there for the Western Sydney.
Yeah, that is a bit... that is a flaw we've seen with the attack. The roam from Monash Mankeys, but that will not be a C4, and the SMG will do a lot of work here. Picked up, of course, by the Finker, but it's not enough. Wakame goes down, and that's a good trade. A little bit delayed there, but Willow Wins is holding onto this position for now, and things are looking good. He does have a lot of utility to support him as well. won't be the end of the world here.
Yeah, this attack's just gone very slow. Willow Winds try to play with that door there, does manage to run across without the attack actually peeking him. QED takes out the stair railing instead of, but does take out the barbed wire. I think he was probably trying to go for the shield, so that's a little unfortunate. And he is pushing up with a teammate. They will manage to finally take study control and the top main stairs. Magpie coming in from behind with his LMG in check. He's gonna stim and is gonna start pushing, but both his nades are gone. We're going to take out any major utility. Ruda Snooki gets taken out, but good crossfire with the refrag by Hezbollah. Not expecting him to be playing so close and aggressively. And now it's just a 3v3 situation with 35 seconds on the clock. Sydney playing the strong angle in pool. Willow wins the back up in study. This is looking good for the defense. And Vincent, they're just running. It's a bit late to rotate, Vincent. You did get back on site. Western Sydney have found bomb A, and 20 seconds left. It's down to the wire.
Willow wins with another nice headshot, lowers the man count that Western Sydney have to work with as well. Path of Chaos taken down low, but he's going to go to the defuse. He will get his support will get dropped now. He's left all alone. Surely this is going to be a Monash round. There is no way they can. Path of Chaos is going to make it out alive. No, he will not find even one. And Monash Mankeys open up things strong. The first round to that.
That I think was pretty convincing defense there by Monash Mankeys. It's clear to Western Sydney is not quite hot on the strats and clearing out Villa properly. I think they should have probably committed a bit more onto the backside, but it was good initially roam clearing Rowan out. So that was good to see that they sort of had the fundamentals, but maybe on this map they're just not quite comfortable.
Yeah, there were a lot of strong positions that Mankeys held onto for quite a long time. That top main position, one of the key positions there, he had the ADS, he had the SMG, the shield, and C4 all dedicated to keep that area secure. And then at the right time, he went back to site, and that is something that we did criticize Mankeys for previously on Cafe, that they seemed to play a little too aggressively when they didn't need to and gave free picks to Western Sydney. So I like that they've managed to adapt that, they've changed that mindset. But again, one round does not a map make. So if they can keep this performance up, then certainly Mankeys are on a good way to getting that victory here.
And they're actually going to be opening the triple walk here. Very interesting, and I like to see this. I think it's a bit nicer being able to play aggressively into bedroom, where most attacking teams do commit. So we're just going to see how Western Sydney are going to change up potentially their attack. They'll bring out the Flores here, and once again Magpie sticking to his LMG with the Finker.
Yeah, this is very typical setup you see to contest that closet entry, of course, with the ADS as well. One thing that is missing, note there is a mute jammer there. I almost said there was no wall deny, which would have been a little bit concerning, but can still be opened, especially from below, and that's kind of where this entry is going. Western Sydney looking to start working from below, get that wall clear of any utility, especially that shield. And then from there, they can start pressuring the wall in proper.
Poor Path of Chaos still stuck at spawn, droning for his team. Rudder Snooki is playing on the flank. He might be able to get a cheeky peek from this window. Gets a silent break without getting rid of the window, so he is in prime position to get a potential free pick. Ron gets tagged a little bit, try to peek from below. Good pressure back by Magpie. And I think the nades do come out. And Wakame gets taken down very low. Rowan's still applying pressure, gets taken down quite low, but he has taken Wakame's health with him. But Wakame has a Pokeball ready. Does manage to catch a Mankey. Good Pokemon trainer right there. Wakame gonna be walking out alive. Willow Wind still contesting the bottom library stairs, or study stairs push. And their attack has sort of slowed down a little bit, but it's good that they have taken out some key objectives, and now they're going to go for the main side.
Yeah, the utility, the shield removed there was really, really important. And yeah, this is aggression. He's just walking right in. I certainly would not have expected him to do that, but they are going to be punished by it. Ruda Snooki finds 2. Willow wins another. It will be Vincent that we saw earlier, and now Ruda Snooki with the drop gets the drop on Magpie, and it's all up to Path of Chaos. He started off droning, finds at least one head, but will it be enough to win this?
Oh.
Well, maybe. Maybe. He could actually do this now.
Yeah, 1v2, 45 seconds left. He has a good chance, but unfortunately, good crossfire here. Zenny just holding that tight angle, and the wall is just a bit awkward to move through. Classic ace charges just ruining that play.
Yeah, a bit, again, questionable from Western Sydney Wyverns. We saw that in the last attacking round that they performed on Cafe, where they kind of just funneled into sight. They opened the breach on the bakery wall and then just tried to walk in or get picks, and they seem to be making similar mistakes here. They started off really strong, mind you. They got the shield from below with the grenade, got a player as well to boot, and then it kind of fizzled off. The utility usage after that just kind of went down the drain, and although that could be partially due to the denial, the very strong denial that Mankeys were bringing, I'm just a little bit puzzled that they didn't try a little bit harder to clear out that utility to prepare themselves better for that entry.
Yeah, I just think maybe they were just trying to force their advantage too hard. But Monash Mankeys just holding all the very strong defensive positions and just getting free picks from them trying to run in. Maybe if Western Sydney slowed down a little bit, because they had 50 seconds left, like that's plenty of time, that's a third of the round. And they could have definitely slowed down a little bit. They might have not had any drones left, but they still could have tried to play off each other. But instead kind of funneling up the Astro stairs there, just not working out for them. So let's see how this basement hold is going to work out. No sledge there, which might be a bit of trouble for playing vertical. Rudder Snooky taken down very low on a slither of health now, but he is still alive and kicking, so that's still one gun up. And Pulse is on the board as well, with the Ana drone coming in for the entry support for QED.
Again, I'm not sure why they've chosen just to straight hard push this laundry area. I think we do see one or two players upstairs, but there doesn't seem to be very much dedicated at all to clearing out this vertical. Vertical is kind of the key component here because you can, of course, drop through that laundry hatch and get back on the site. But playing the vertical lets you flush out players like this Pulse here, who's just feeding so much intel. C4 goes out, gets caught, won't be finding any kills here, but still, he's still in a really strong position.
Yeah, that could have been pretty huge there. Unfortunately, not quite finding it. Wakabe with the class frag coming in, taking out the Pulse. That was really unlucky by the Pulse. It was a very good play, just not quite lining up. But don't worry, because Willow wins, takes out Wakame, and another force, Vincent the Flores also taken out. Willow wins, just picking up one after the other. Beautiful aggression there. And Magpies is all alone upstairs in Astro. I think this was not a very coordinated push, because ideally you would have taken upstairs and applied vertical pressure before committing to this choked laundry push. And Zenny is going to slowly creep up. Might be able to grab one upstairs. Rudder Snooky was busy having a time of his life on the bed, but now he is alerted and disturbed from his slumber as Magpie is making a ruckus upstairs.
1v4 now is what has fallen down to Western Sydney looking very, very sharp on the attack, and with the defense previously, now look lost. A lot of questionable plays here being brought out, and you know, I'm not sure if it's a matter of strategy here, but a lot of these are basic things you do even in ranked. So just a little bit perplexed here. Magpie does find at least Ruder, so there's something to gain here. But again,
grenade coming out preemptive onto the person playing. And Bicycles, but he doesn't actually commit to it. He didn't cook the grenade at all. And the grenade, I don't think it quite landed correctly, not deep enough where he was tucked in the corner. Very unlucky there. If that nade did go off, that is a pretty big brain play.
Magpie will call for attack pause, but do we have attack pauses? We do have attack pause. Wow, cool. All right, so he gets 45 seconds to kind of discuss with his team what is going wrong. Yeah.
I didn't know we get those either. Bit of a quick huddle session.
It is what it is. But yeah, Western Sydney do need it, I would say, based on how they've been playing. The attacks look lost, and it's not the same aggression that we've seen from Western Sydney. Mind you, this is a map they did play last week against RMIT Black, and while they did start off really strong, as we mentioned, very confident on the entry, things kind of went downhill from there after Jin from RMIT Black got a 1v5 post-plant clutch. So maybe it's the ghosts of that map. It's come back to haunt them, and Western Sydney just don't seem to be the same team that we saw previously on Cafe.
Yeah, like I just think Western Sydney, I think they probably got a bit cocky after Cafe. They felt like, oh, we won that map so easily. We just have to play aggressively like we did. But Villa's different. Villa, you have to be as methodical, and if you're not comfortable playing it as they were with Cafe, it can fall apart very easily. They're always trying to funnel through. Their attack patterns aren't quite correct, like they're not quite taking vertical and then they decide to take it, but it's a bit late to take vertical like that previous round. So Monash Mankeys, definitely in a very strong position. This is the complete opposite of Cafe. They're 0-3 now, very dominant. So Western Sydney, they have to change it up somehow. They have to slow down their attack. But once again, the roam clear is always good. They get the early picks, and it just kind of fizzles out, unfortunately.
Yeah, Monash definitely playing much better compared to Cafe, so props to them for at least picking up on things that weren't going well. The break certainly would have helped them, and yeah, the improvement is palpable. Part of Western Sydney, though, I think a lot of it comes down to their playstyle. They like just taking those gunfights and brute forcing things. And while, yes, sometimes LNG goes burr, that is a viable strategy. It doesn't always work, especially if you're running into a well set up crossfire.
Well,
Magpie, however, will catch. Yeah, right. That's a crossfire right there. Rowan caught out once again and multiple times. First pick with no support. A little bit questionable.
Yeah, like just like this aggression, Wakame always on the attack here. But I mean, I kind of agree. We kind of want to see what's happening with the roamers. So maybe we'll see that before they drop dead as a dead corpse that we get to spectate. Wakame gonna be pushing into cycle. Gonna see the person. Actually, now Hezbollah does not manage to find Wakame, who's on a slither of health, gets slightly boosted back up by the thinker. Good drone work there. And Wakame just very confident on the entry frag. Let's see if that actually translates to a round win. The nade coming pre-cooked and finds nothing.
Conversion rate just has not been here for Western Sydney. Yeah, like although they get those first picks, they just can't seem to close out these rounds. And it's that mid round where they need to start clearing utility that it seems to fall apart. They just choose to brute force these fights, which, as we mentioned, doesn't always work. Right here, he goes for the peak again. Will be forced to fall back now. I'm not sure if there's a C4 in play there from Willow, but I definitely expect one to come out any time soon. But no, Willow will actually fall back. Keeps his life. Right.
Oh my.
It will be Magpie finally get that kill after that. Interesting jump out with the shotgun.
I think it was a high-risk play that could have paid off. He probably wasn't expecting 3 people to be pushing up.
Yeah.
Notice Nicky gets the pick onto Vincent, and QED gets taken out as well. And now it's just a 1v2 or 1v1 Magpie with the LMG for a potential clutch opportunity with 50 seconds remaining. His gun is probably better than Jaeger. Might have to find his feet, catches him on the pool table, but doesn't tag him at all. Is surely going to try and take the diffuser, but going for that critical reload. Gonna waste quite a long time getting the bullets back in. And Rada Snooki just has to play quite safe. Magpie is gonna take this slowly. 23 seconds left. He does have one drone, and if it's not too far away, he could potentially go for a drone. But instead, gonna commit, runs through the Aruni, takes a lot of damage. He's gonna go Brewer and does manage to maybe find his head. Goes Brewer with the LMG, and Jaeger decides to peek out from Vault and gets taken out.
After a long time coming, it will be Western Sydney to finally get around on the board, and not a moment too soon. Monash Mankeys have gone unchecked so far on Villa. 3 rounds up, Western Sydney finally find their footing, but again, a little too close for comfort. It came down to a 1v1. It was a 2v1 at one point, and it was only off some really nice shooting there from Magpie that they were able to clutch it out. And again, I mentioned this a lot of the time when I talk about these games, is that you can't rely on single hero players clutching out your game for you. You need to be consistent, work together as a team, because all it takes is a single headshot and you lose that, that hero player, and then suddenly you're stuck, right? So you have to be able to do that consistently. So for Western Sydney, it's a matter of whether they can do that consistently from here on out, get the next 2 rounds to make it a 3-3 half. Whereas Monash Mankeys, they just need to do what they were doing before, continue to play that consistent, good crossfire on the defense, and they should have this one in the bag. They can take a significant advantage walking away into the attack, given that, again, this is an attacker-sided map.
Didn't look too pretty. Western Sydney actually finally managed to get one, as you said, but yeah, coming down to a 1v1, it's not really what you want, but they did manage to win a round, and that's just going to be a good morale boost for them. I think maybe in the future, if Monash Mankeys manage to take it to a 3rd map, I think they should target ban the Finker. The LMG is too strong on Magpie, and they need to stop it at once. And Wakame as well on the sledge, he is pulling his weight as well. I think Magpie and Wakame, the 2 stronger entry fraggers on Western Sydney currently. If they get taken out early, I reckon it's usually game over for that round specifically. And now they got to push in once again. Quite aggressive QED. Good spotting of the Valkyrie cam actually. Very nice by Wakame. And they're just going to take the methodical push with the nades getting rid of the utility underneath that triple bedroom wall.
Yeah, Wakame knows the positions exactly of these walls, and he's going to go for a pre-thrown nade. Not going to catch anyone though, so that is some utility gone. But he can at least hope for maybe a shield, perhaps, maybe some ADSs taken out as well, and make their life a little bit easier. However, Hez will go undroned, and he will find Wakame for his troubles. Going for a second now. Pre-fires doesn't quite land, but he's still going to hold his position. Caught looking the wrong way though. It will be Magpie with the LMG. Good trade back for Western Sydney.
I keep seeing that Western Sydney are generally wasting their nades trying to get rid of utility or players usually positioned in the default spots, but without the drone, they're just really wasting a lot of utility there. I think the nades could be better used in conjunction to actual real-time droning to confirm the positions of the enemy. Willow Winds picks up another on Vincent, taking out the Flores, and running through Magpie, gonna be tagged quite a bit, but that's okay. He gets another kill picking up with the LMG. This man is unstoppable on this gun.
So far, it's only been Magpie who has been getting these trades, but Rowan finally looks to change things. No, he will not. Magpie just wins those. Taken down a little bit low, 25-ish, but still okay. But finally finished off by Rudy. Ruda done so much work here. He didn't manage quite to clutch it out last time, but he will take out Magpie. Path, however, will go for the defuse QED, laying down covering fire from this prone angle. And with the diffuser down, it's going to be a hard fight for Western Mankeys, to get back cover with QED down. And Zenny finding a second. That will be the diffuser given up. And what looked like a Western Sydney strong attack has fallen apart at the last second.
Yeah, those Renegades are being quite a bit of trouble just shutting down places for the attackers to move through. And yeah, the post-pan position, playing a bit aggressive there, it wasn't just quite working out. Good flank opportunity. Yeah, it's very close. Western Sydney did look quite strong on that attack, I think, compared to the previous rounds. But yeah, just falling flat once again, and Monash Mankeys pick up one more 4-1 lead. This is very comfortable. Even if Western Sydney win 4-2, going 4-2 on Villa is still very respectable.
Yeah, they are going to choose to rotate away completely from the Aviator Games site. They do like to go through the complete rotations regardless of that win or loss. So that takes us to the first floor, the kitchen dining site once again. And of course, this did not really work out for Western Sydney. In fact, it was quite one-sided. It was 1v4 at about half of the round gone. We mentioned that it was because there's a very brute force push through this laundry, and there really aren't much angles you can hold from that. And there was no vertical presence. So I want to see whether Western Sydney adapt and learn from that, or if they choose to stick to the same approach. And given the removal of the sledge for the Iana, I am afraid that they will try to do the same thing, which as we saw, just really did not give results.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Ana play as well. I think Sledge is a much better pick to play vertical on this side specifically. But maybe it could work out for Wakame. We're just going to see Zenny playing a bit greedy here. Magpie once again picking up, taking out Rowan with the LMG. Pulse isn't having a good time. He has a lot of potential, but is shut down early, which is not too good. Magpie just on a killing spree at this point. His LMG mag already taken down to 26, but that's okay. He's got 200 more bullets left.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate there. Rowan could have done so much damage just feeding information. And given that he's been the first pick almost, well, pretty much every single round, I'm just a bit surprised they put him on the pulse, given his tendency to die rather early. Willow Winds will now take a fight from this Mimo room, and he does get pinched out a little bit, but C4 goes sailing out, catches Wakame, and does a lot of damage to Path of Chaos. Just one sneeze, and he's dead, and a second from Willow Winds with the bearing. It's not looking good. Not looking good for Western Sydney. Despite that early first pick, Mankeys have definitely caught back up.
Yeah, they keep trying to push through this laundry funnel for some reason, instead of actually trying to confirm the other angles before committing. But Vincent does have an idea of how to attack this site. He is in prime position to punish, and does manage to take out Willow Winds. Good job there, clearing out laundry for his teammate to push in now. I think they do have half the side, so a plant potential can come in. But Hazabola comes out from behind with Vincent push. Zenny takes out Magpie. Once again, it's all up to Chaos with the plant going down. And the defense finally realized, tucks up behind this foldable table. Gonna go for the peek, but Hazabola with the swing takes out Path of Chaos. And another win for Monash Mankeys, taking them to 5-1 on Villa. This is a very strong start for them. Let's see how this translates into the attacking phase for Monash Mankeys.
Yeah, out of these 6 attacking rounds, Western Sydney have managed to plant a total of 3 times, which is no small feat. But the problem is, they've never been able to hold onto it. 3 times they've planted, 3 times that Monash Mankeys have been able to defuse. It wasn't even close either. They had plenty of time to make it work. So, yeah, Western Sydney, despite being very dominant on Cafe, certainly have fallen off the wagon a little bit here on Villa. And, you know, people complain that we were a little bit biased, perhaps, against Monash Mankeys and in favor of Western Sydney. Well, certainly here, things have changed a lot. Monash Mankeys are on fire. Western Sydney seem to have really lost the spark from that first map.
Yeah, not looking good. The Wyverns have run out of fire. The Mankeys taking it all for themselves as it comes to the switch of the sides. Magpie on the Jaeger, QD on the Goyo. Interesting to see that the Goyo's coming out. And Arunia's getting a lot of popular play on this map as well. Just being able to really stop the attackers or slowing them pushes down, wasting crucial utility on getting rid of the laser beams. But let's see how Monash Mankeys are going to attack. I reckon since it's their map, they're probably much more comfortable with how to attack or have a more methodical attack approach compared to Western Sydney.
And it's... yeah, I don't want to criticize Western Sydney's attacks too much, given that now we have moved over to the other half. But yeah, it was very piecemeal and a bit lost. So Monash Mankeys will have to be able to play in a very coordinated fashion. The reef trades from Western Sydney, though, definitely have been much better than Monash, so they need to find those as well. Ruda Snooki takes out Path of Chaos. He is the other one who tends to fall fairly early, so yeah, both teams have certain players who have a tendency to be the opening death, I suppose.
Good drone throw there by Willow Winds. Catches it on the ledge. Beautiful play there. Going to be able to drone out the 90 area. Ruda Snooki comes in, breaks open the wall for potential entry into studies very soon. Just going to check it's all clear. Going to scan out everything. Magpie gets tagged slightly. And we're just going to see that he is in a bit of a hot situation there. The Goyo doing a bit of friendly fire to him, but he is still alive and kicking. And Ruda Snooki gets taken down by Wakame with the SMG-11. All the explosions coming out. Poor Magpie just getting burned alive. Might become Magpie Pie in a second. QED gets a pick onto Rowan. And it's still fairly even days. And Monash Mankeys, the organized attack that I had imagined has not quite materialized. They haven't actually entered the site at all. Just getting a few peeks. Does get some of the walls open, which is good to see. But now they actually have to step foot into the map.
Yeah, this push over from the master side just has not worked out, leaving these 3 players stranded over on the study side. And of course, there's a lot of territory, a lot of angles you have to worry about. Yeah, thankfully there is no top main player, but Magpie will say that does not matter. I just picked this, I will kill another player. And now it's 2 players left alive. They have figured out that top main is clear, so we'll start to make their way up there. But one player has actually moved all the way into study, and I don't think Willow Wins has any idea. Will be caught looking the wrong way, gets tagged up. Will he be able to find this kill? He does not. He falls. Magpie takes him out and leaves Hez all by himself on his lonesome.
You're gonna expect the run around. Does not manage to find it with the Hail Mary spray. And he's gonna fall all the way down, but 30 seconds left. The diffuser is nowhere to be seen. He's gonna make something work in pottery, but the chances of that happening is very slim on a 4v1. The one defender is, I believe, prone already in that area. Vincent gets the final pick onto Hasbulla, and a celebratory nitro goes out.
Yeah, the lack of pressure coming in from the master side really crippled that attack. It meant defenders could focus entirely on contesting those study players. And they didn't even have to peek too much for that matter, although of course they did and were rewarded amply for it. Maybe it would have been wise for Monash to consider a more committed take towards that master side. They get a little bit more room to work with, as opposed to being stuck outside on that study balcony, being able to only shoot through that one door. But we'll have to see. They'll have to wait until Wyverns go back on that site, rotate, provided they make it all the way there. Western Sydney now taking us to the 2nd floor trophy statuary site. Monash Mankeys look to win this to make it a 6-2 match point.
And interesting that they're actually going to pick the opposite wall to actually open up this time. What do you make of that, Lance? Is this a better strategy, you reckon, or they're just trying to be different?
Well, this tells me that they are going to play the closet pick. Closet hold. They've got the castle in it. They've got the castle pick. It's pretty much telegraphing that. So they're going to chill out in that closet, I assume, but no. Okay, not sure what that closet player is. But yeah, the castle barricades will cover up some of those windows from that master bedroom and will allow them to rotate back to site once that closet hold is complete.
Oh, Zenny on the Nook here. Gonna be entering into the basement. He might be able to get a cheeky playoff if he just manages to get in very quietly. And Vincent gonna be holding the study side with a couple of his teammates. He's gonna be meeting someone very close to study. Is he gonna be able to find the trade on him? I think he's asking for someone to support him from Vault. But yeah, just playing safely so far. Nothing happening. Just wondering where the drones are. Hasbulla is looking the opposite way. He might get easily peeked from bedroom since there's no one to actually watch that angle for him. Vincent just waiting for the jump in. He might go for a swing even, but he does get droned out. Outside cam hasn't been shot. This is a bit of a critical mistake here. Willow Wins does manage to find the one defender playing there. Rodasnuki's going for the wide swing. Isn't going to find him. Gonna go for another swing. Takes out very close. Runs, but looks away at the wrong moment. Vincent gets the easy free pick. Bit of a bungled blunder there. And a second kill picked up by him, taking out Hasbulla. This is not looking too pretty for Monash Mankeys.
Yeah, they seem to be funneling through that door and just feeding that mute. Okay, given Rodasnuki made a bit of a boo-boo at the start. Alright, fair enough. But Hez continuing to do the same thing is questionable. Perhaps a bit of utility could have been committed to open that wall, make things a little bit harder, get a pinch, and also, challenge at least the Vault player to stop the exit. But yeah, even with Zenny finding a pick, Path of Chaos is quick to trade him back, and now there's only 2 players left for Monash. Western Sydney still have a lot of these key positions they need to keep the site safe.
Ooh. Good tagging there, taking out Path of Chaos to half. This is still very winnable, 50 seconds left. They just need to get the drone work happening. But are they notified that someone is actually flanking? This might have been a miscall here. They're now wasting a lot of time trying to find this Phantom Defender that's hiding around Aviator, but there's none to be seen. They need to make something work. 30 seconds, the clock is ticking. There's no time to reload. Willow Wind is going to go for quick peeking, trying to find that person in Astro Rotate. Goes for the pre-fire, doesn't quite find him. And 19 seconds left. This is not looking too great. They still have options, but the defenders are playing very safe, holding these tight angles. Vincent goes for the swing, takes him out, and Path of Chaos gets the confirm onto Willow wins. And another celebratory Nitro to finish it off. Western Sydney pulling this back a little bit by bit. Monash Mankeys, bit of a blunder there on that initial study push, but I think the overall strategy was fairly solid if it had worked out.
Yeah, it does seem to be a little bit split up, perhaps. Though granted, they did have that 90 repel player, which is the key to cutting off any of these defenders rotating back, and you know they were rewarded for that. They did find Wakame, I believe, from that upside down repel, but again, weren't able to brute force that player out of Aviator, and that means he got 2 free picks. Ultimately, a time once again burnt down, and we mentioned this at the start that Western Sydney's OSA ban might actually be a strategic part of this. They know Monash rely on it to get the information, and so by removing it, they remove that extra element of information and confidence that they've had. Now they have to take even more time, and time really has not been playing out in favor of Monash Mankeys' attacks.
But I'm liking the switch up here, Lance. Monash Mankeys going to commit to potentially a sledge as well as a fuse. This could be pretty big. If they manage to trap Western Sydney on the site, and they do play the vertical very well, this could definitely be a winning attack for the Mankeys. And they do stick with it indeed. The attackers have spawned late reinforcements coming out. If they manage to take out the top floor with not losing too many important operators, this could look very good for them.
Player up in Astro and Master area, he's going to be supported by the reinforcement, but he's going to be the only one there, and that is something we have criticized some of these teams for in terms of only playing a single roamer with no support. This time it will be Western Sydney who is going to be the target of that criticism, but I don't know if they've chosen to rotate any more players up to help him yet. Rowan, though, looking through this cheeky angle, can't quite seem to find anyone just yet, but yeah, actually, yeah.
That's a lot of utility committed on that one single wall. Western Sydney, for some reason, thinking that they're going to go for a laundry send, but I think Monash Mankeys are a bit smarter than that. Wakame going to pull out, does get tagged very heavily by Rowan on the angle, but I think it's time to fall off on that one. Wasting a bit too much time, but they have managed to take the second floor quite easily. Zenny with the flank drone placement, or just got a drone out for their teammate before he's going to commit any fuse charges onto this site. Gonna almost get caught there. Doesn't quite. And I'm just waiting for the fireworks, Lance. I'm getting quite impatient.
Yeah, they've made pretty good time in clearing out this top floor, but it's taken them a while to make use of it. 30 seconds has already been wasted before the fuse charges start coming down. And now Wakame is actually going to go for the flank. No flank watch. That is a big mistake. Zenny, however, will find him in a second onto Magpie, who was just behind him. Zenny will be the one doing all the work here. And although things were looking dire for Monash, they have certainly turned tables now.
I think it is a bit of a... Oh, what the... Just all coming out. Beautiful send there. Fuse there. Giving Magpie a bit of a taste of his own medicine with the same LNG, but on Fuse this time. And I suppose it just worked out. They just absolutely just collapsed onto site, taking out everyone. Western Sydney just falling apart like that. I didn't expect it at all. We were busy waiting for Fuse to get some kills, and just all the kills came through in their favor.
Yeah, definitely really well timed there by Monash. I think reading into the weaknesses and the openings on that site was very, very well done, which means that rapid collapse, Western Sydney didn't have time to fall back for it. Of course, still, you can argue it's a bit questionable with the flank, losing 2 players on that. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Ultimately, Zenny was just really, really sharp and able to get those 2 kills. So, Monash Mankeys put themselves on match point, which is really important now because Western Sydney are facing the same dilemma that they inflicted on Monash Mankeys before. They are now 3-6 down, and they need 3 rounds to equalize, whereas Monash Mankeys take 1 and take the 3rd round.
Yeah, this is a complete U-turn from the previous round. Western Sydney just not functioning on Villa at all. The climate probably not quite the same as the winters of Cafe. So Mankeys, they have a good chance of bringing this to a to the final map. Probably not to our spectators' delight having to grind it through on Boragon, as he puts it. So we're just gonna see how this goes now. Ron with the Twitch drone coming out, gonna take out the camera. Beautiful with the utility there. Just gonna have a methodical push. I think it's very important that they don't throw too many rounds to give too much morale for Western Sydney.
For that wallbang now, but can't quite land the shots. QED will survive, but that's a bit of utility burn and denied from being used further. This time we do see a bit more presence on that master side. 2 players, Zenny of course leading the charge. Willow wins as well. Yeah, this is going to be a commit to the master side take, which we mentioned last time didn't happen and was possibly a reason for their failings. So I'd like to see how they've adapted here.
Yep, and now good entry here. I like this methodical play and just pushing quite aggressively here. Vincent going to be falling back from the roam, and I'm surprised that they didn't quite commit a stronger presence in bedroom. Maybe they weren't expecting that push since it hadn't actually previously happened on this map specifically. But there could be good roam play coming in. Goyo probably needs some support there from red stairs, and Vincent is playing his angle, hoping to keep him safe from below. Oh, Rudder Snooki not quite landing that drone throw, but that's okay. He's got a backup. QED gets taken out, but Vincent gets the refrag onto Rowan. Pings coming out onto the site with the drones confirming the defenders' positions. And Rudder Snooki hoping to catch someone's feet. Path of Chaos is still holding steady. Interesting that no one's actually come from this side. But with 1 minute remaining, the attackers are going to have to commit. Finker's boosts coming out, but Goyo Flames are slowing them down.
One more player on red stairs could prove to be a lot of trouble here, but he will actually fall back. He's going to play for his life. He knows the main stairs is clear, so he does have a safe avenue back. And of course, with the wall still not opened, that is a fairly good choice. There's no need to play aggressive. He just needs to wait. On the part of Monash Mankeys, though, they're a little bit stuck here, and Magpie will certainly help them get unstuck as well. He unsticks Ruder's head from his shoulders. Willow Wins looks for the pre-fire, doesn't quite land, and the smoke is going to catch him. Zenny takes 1 down with him, but it's going to be Path of Chaos now to find the next one. And now it's 1 player remaining. Willow Wins on the door, actually going to bait the plant. He's actually might survive here, but Vincent swings around and does manage Path of Chaos to find another.
Willow Wins runs right into him. That was so close for Mankeys to pick it up. I think they just sort of rushed it a little bit there. Good smoke play, just ticking the timer down, so they had to force something. Monash Mankeys, unfortunately, losing 1. It's 4-6 now, pulling it back, but that's okay. Monash Mankeys can afford to give one more round. But yeah, they're slowly getting a bit close. Western Sydney surely will have a big morale boost from that win.
Yeah, these attacking rounds are a little bit hit or miss from Monash Mankeys. The last one we saw on that kitchen dining was very, very clinical. They did very, very well, but here it just does not seem to be working out. Having said that, though, of course, if Western Sydney makes any mistakes like they did on that kitchen dining round when they tried to go for the flank, then things will quickly, well, it'll be over, right? Monash Mankeys just need to win 1 round. But if Western Sydney stay consistent and don't take unnecessary risks, play, the defense like they've been playing for the last couple of rounds, I can certainly see them holding on to make it to that overtime. So Monash Mankeys definitely don't want that to happen, right? They want to take it to that third map. They want to prove us casters wrong that our bias was completely misplaced, that they can indeed duke it out. But certainly, it's going to be a tough battle for both teams involved here.
Well, Mankey are on the right track. They Zenny pulling out the Thinker once again with the LMG. Radastukis are going to be switching to the Jackal this time. This will be very helpful for the roam clear. So we're going to see this is a pretty well fleshed out team comp, I think. So just going to see how this works out for them. Willow wins, gets the drone ready to drone out bathroom. One defender is playing fairly aggressively, I would say. He's put himself in a bit of a pickle and he's going to run straight out. Does manage to get away safely and will not be able to find his feet through the drone hole. Maggie with the Wamai Frisbee, that was a bit of a risky play as well. I think all these little plays are quite risky. He could have easily got his head taken off. He's going for a tight angle peek. Doesn't quite find his head. Dancing with bullets. Both attacker and defenders are. So, and the attack has just sort of slowed down. They do want to be able to take the other side as well. So let's see how that's progressing.
Yeah, look, this seems to be a very direct approach here, but it just isn't working out so well for Mankeys. On the part of Western Sydney, when they went for this, they at least tried to go for downstairs control and get some of this utility off, but Mankeys is just pushing directly into sight, and usually that just does not work out well, because all the crossfires, all the angles are being held by the defenders. See here now, they've kind of just grouped up in the bathroom. They're a bit stuck and there's just nowhere for them to go. The only cross they potentially have is that player on Astro window. Willow wins at least finding one, but it's going to be difficult for them to push up, especially with all the scenarios still in play. Minute left to work with. Magpie evens it up. Rudy goes down, and now Wakame as well. This might actually be winnable for Western's Monash Mankeys here.
Yep, and now Willow's going to hurriedly get the triple wall open as Willow confirms onto Wakame, taking him out. And just going to get that wall open. 1 minute still remaining. They can take their time still. Vincent just holding that crossover. Does get droned out. I don't think he quite finds that drone. This is not going to be too great. He is temporarily forced in a very bad position. Gets sent on Zenny with the brewer from the LMG, sending it through Astro, taking out from the rotate. QED looks away at the wrong time. Zenny picks up another kill onto his QED. I think they need to nerf this operator. This gun is too powerful. Able to just get the entry with all the sends possible. And I have to say, Lance, congratulations to Mankey. They have now evolved to the Monash Primates, so I hope to see their success in the final round, or the final map, I should say.
Yeah, that was definitely much better played from them. They certainly showed up much more. They showed they could indeed play those strategies. So well done to Monash Mankeys. Certainly would have been difficult facing a one-map deficit, so being able to bring it back to even would help them very, very much. And of course, we did criticize some of the brute force attempt at the last round, but I guess the LMG go burrow, it's just different. So, hey, it worked. So, well done to Mankeys. We will be taking a short break as we prepare for our third map, and then after that, we will see you again.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. 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 I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Hi, I'm Kunzi and I'm a cosplayer and streamer, and today we're checking out the Nitro 5 by Acer. This is honestly one of the smoothest gameplay experiences that I've had, especially on a laptop. The graphics are amazing, it's not laggy, it's very lightweight. The keyboard feels really nice to play with, and I love the RGB lights. Look how pretty they are. We love a rainbow. Yes! 4-star! 4-star character! If you're looking for a gaming laptop on the go, be sure to check out Acer's range.
And welcome back to map 3 of this 3-map bonanza. It is Monash Mankeys against Western Sydney Wyverns in our lower bracket round 1. So far we've seen 2 maps. Cafe went 7-4 to Western Sydney Wyverns, but Mankeys managed to make it back 7-4 as well on their own map Villa, which means any hopes of a quick night have been dashed. We will be here for the 3rd map now as we go on to Oregon.
Yep, and I would like to apologize to my bias, but yeah, Mankeys, of course, have pulled it back to a 1-1 draw or tie. So now Western Sydney have lost their hopes of a quick night, and so have we. Casting one last map in this best of 3, and of course, remember it is the lower bracket, so they only have. This is their last opportunity to stay in the game. This last map decides it all for this season, for which team is still in the running to win this season of AEL.
Yeah, both these teams are the only representatives from their uni, so if they drop out, that will be it for either Western Sydney or Monash University. So they have a lot riding on the line here. Monash, of course, have the title of champions for the last 2 seasons, so they certainly will want to at least take a shot at that once again. Having said that, though, we do love to see a lot of new other teams coming up as well. RMIT has 2 teams who have been doing very well. In fact, they were the teams that knocked out both of our players today. So yeah, maybe someone will get a chance to face one of them once again, or maybe this will be for the other, of course, this will be the last they see of this tournament. We're just waiting now for the final R's to go through. But Oregon, any thoughts on how this map will play out?
Well, honestly, I'm not too sure. I have spectated Oregon a couple of times. All I know is that spectators hate it. Too many levels to go through. But I think it's definitely always a fun map to play. We're just gonna have to see. I'm kind of expecting Mankeys, maybe they will consider banning Finker, because Magpie has always been so dominant every time on the attack with it, getting a lot of frags with it. But of course, they started using Finker / Fuse with the LMG as well, and they were also profiting from it. So it might be worthwhile keeping it. We'll see maybe if the Ossa ban didn't actually turn out to be that much use, because Mankeys in the end just won anyway. So we're just gonna have to see how it goes.
Yeah, for me, my predictions, I seem to feel that Mankeys have a better chance at this map. And that's just based on how they've been playing. Their defense seems to be a little bit more structured, whereas Western Sydney do like a lot of the time to go brute force with their attacks. And Oregon is one of those maps where you do have to have a more well-rounded, more structured type of setup. So based on that, I do feel Mankeys perhaps has the advantage, but we don't know. Western Sydney have shown that they're very proficient on the attack nevertheless, and they've shown some good setups as well on Villa. They, mind you, went from a 5-1 deficit. They won 3 rounds before finally being put down by Monash Mankeys. So, you know, there's still a possibility that the defense could be very well set up. Still, we'll have to see, because of course we're still waiting for that one player, whoever it is. You know that the casters are waiting. But
We're
yeah,
running out of material.
yeah. That's right. We're starting to rely on the waffle now. Perhaps now, in the meantime, we can once again thank our sponsors. AEL being sponsored by Predator, the gaming PC partner, AOC Monitors, the monitor partner, and RIG, the headset partner. So big thank you to them for making this all possible and allowing us to wait while we wait for our last player to connect. I guess final thoughts, maybe scoreline. Any takes on the score?
Scoreline. Well, I kind of want to head off to bed soon, so a 7-0 victory is in the draw right here for either team. But no, in seriousness, I expect that both teams have been very good. Even if they were on the back foot initially, they managed to bend it back to 4 wins at least for their side. But I'm expecting Oregon maybe. I'm not quite sure of the map history for either team. So assuming both of them are equally advantaged or disadvantaged for this map, I think it'll be quite close. I think it'll be a 7-5 win for either side. I think either side can take it on this map, so we're just going to have to see how it goes.
At Western Sydney, we've just got the news that they will be starting on the defense. Now, we know that that's not their favored side. They usually choose to attack because on Villa, which was Monash's map pick, they still went to attack. So I guess it plays out for both teams that they're not starting on their favorable side, but it gives them time to warm up, I suppose, and then we'll see their very best once we see that switch when Monash goes onto the defense, which is where traditionally they've shined, and same with Western Sydney when they go onto the attack, where they also have a lot of strengths. But yeah, we'll still have to wait and see. We've talked about the bans, we've talked about, the map, we've talked about the scores. Any final thoughts? Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Sorry to disappoint you, Lance. I'm not having any final thoughts.
Same as well. So maybe we will cut to a short break while we wait for our last player to connect. And don't go away though. Oh, no, jokes. Yes, I have been debated once again, as always. The players always like to do this. They like to prove us wrong. We will be starting momentarily. So be heading to Oregon, our third and final map for tonight's lower bracket round 1.
Yep, high stakes match here. As remember, it's a lower bracket. They have nothing else to fall back on if they lose this map. So it's going to go either way now. Who is going to be able to take the W and potentially be able to give RMIT a good avenge or some revenge going on against them. Flores ban coming out. Probably quite useful on this map, I believe, since Flores gets a lot more play. A lot of the important areas are quite close to the range or the driving range of a Flores drone. Classic Thatcher ban once again from Monash Mankeys. No targeted ban of the Ossa or the Finca. Kind of sad, but I'm also relieved that we're about to see more LMGs.
I, for one, cannot agree with that. I hate LMGs with a passion, but I think everyone already knows that, so I'm just going to stop harping on about it. But still, bans fairly staple for Monash. They've picked Thatcher almost every single time, and it was either a Mira or a Valkyrie, I believe. Western Sydney, the only ones really experimenting with their bans, but then again, can we really say this is experimental? Okay, again, proved wrong. Flora is common ban. Aruni, not so much. That is something I haven't seen a lot, but upon further thought, okay, I can see the logic there. We're seeing the double windows, we're seeing hatch drops that can be denied by that, and removing that just makes it a little bit easier to burn utility. That's one less layer you have to worry about. So there is some merit to that.
Yep. I was listening. And now we're going to go to the round start finally. And Wakame once again on that smoke. We saw him very strong with the SMG-11 back on Cafe as well. So classic plays coming out. Also isn't coming up, but Zenny is sticking to the Finca still. Unfortunately for you, Lance, we're going to see some more LMG action because that LMG has just taken so many heads this whole series, and it's surely going to take more in this final map. And Willow Wind's going to be on the Maverick. They have a Ace as well. Pretty standard picks to get rid of maybe an attic push, getting open the bedroom closet goal, of course. Fairly standard picks all round, so we're just going to have to see who's going to be taking the win first round.
Now, I do want to see where these coil things have been placed as well, and that's going to give us some idea of where they predict this push will be coming from. Also, we do see a bit of vertical presence. That is something that has been missed by both these teams on attacks, so could potentially mean that he could do a lot of damage. It will be Magpie down below on the row. Apart from that, attack is setting up for what appears to be a big tower take going through that passage.
Yep, fairly standard push. And I think they do need to take this slowly. Very careful of the spawn peaks coming in. Since Oregon with that tower, they never know where defenders might be lurking. So they do have to play quite safely. Then you're going to be entering into bottom tower as Goyo is just chilling upstairs. There does seem to be a Melusi on the roam, and I think roaming is very important. One drone is spotted out on the roam, so maybe that's one free drone pick coming down. But a lot of the inside cams are still up, so the attackers have not yet quite entered the building, and 1 minute has already gone, so they are taking it very slowly, but that's okay, there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, that is something we've commented a couple of times about the pace of some of these attacks from both Western Sydney and Monash as well. Here, I think that was a Goyo canister being popped, so at least we do expect some contact. And with the Melusi charge going off, they know there is someone here. Nomad going for this swing, very, very aggressive, but won't connect, but at least opens up the path for this wall to be opened up. Half gets caught on reload as he falls back. That's the first opening pick there. Rowan, a man who seems to always be on the receiving end, finally gets one for himself.
I think poor Path of Chaos is also on the receiving end, Lance, so he's usually the first to go down.
It's always those two.
It's always those two. We can't say that. I think they got a real shot this time. But yeah, QD is waiting patiently in meeting, playing the vertical up the hatch. Might be able to get a pick. Wakame slowing down the push with smoke grenades on that double games room door. And he is potentially pressured from Attic as well. So he's got two sides to watch out for. He has two ADSs to watch his back as well. But Willow Winds gets the small opening with the nade going in. But doesn't matter because Rudder Snooki gets the pick and another one onto Vincent. And only two Lucky and QED flank going down. And they're all fairly healthy. Good pick by Maggie onto Rudder Snooki but gets downed in the process. QED is the final person left. Gets hit by the Nomad. Fully alerted, the defenders or the attackers are going to pounce on him, but he's going to look away. Why would you look away? Go for the pick right now. 15 seconds left, and Diffuser goes off for some reason and goes back on. Nomad with the swing, doesn't work, gets a double. The Diffuser goes down, another hit by the air jab, but no one is punching QED for this. This is not looking too good, but it's okay. Hasbullah finishes it off.
All off the back of some really nice aggression there from Ruda. They were able to push deep into sight. Like, he just stormed straight through that trophy door. Unfortunately, though, it did take a little bit of time for them to consolidate and get that plant down. And in the meantime, I am very impressed by QED's attempt to go for that flank. Managed to get quite a lot and actually quite close. Fortunately, though, Hez was on the job. Managed to get the bomb down and then take down the last player as well for a little bit messy, but still a round one for Monash Mankeys.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
Looking good. Good stuff for Monash Mankeys. And they're now going to head to the basement site. I mean, not Monash. Yep. I mean, Western Sydney are going to head to the basement site. They're actually going to give up on trying to potentially get a win on the top floor. Maybe they just weren't quite comfortable with it. Their setup looked pretty stock standard to me. I think they could have done with a few more roamers to pressure the tower stairs, to pressure the attic push potentially. Yeah, I think the main thing was they needed more roamers, and they just kind of all got pincered on site, which was a really good methodical clear by Monash Mankeys.
Yeah, we were mentioning earlier that there was a little bit of vertical presence that was below the double window, but unfortunately for Western Sydney, the push just did not come from there, so a little bit misplaced. Earlier flank could also have helped, but certainly hindered by Rowan's air jabs, which did work quite effectively at slowing down time. So there could have been opportunities for flanks. Western Sydney, though, definitely felt the pressure there from that top floor and deciding maybe this bottom floor is a bit of a better option. A bit more breathing room and does give real opportunities to roam and fall back. There's hatches you can drop through. You're not as limited by those air jabs.
Yeah, and I like how Cutie's playing a little bit aggressively, but I think he's now a bit stuck on top tower, having been droned out. Someone's going to try and get for him. Someone misses the head on Rowan, which is a bit unfortunate because that was a potential pick. And he's getting pressure from the repel as well. Gets the pick onto Willow, wins. Potential double, find it. Rowan taken to a slither of health, but he manages to clear out the one roamer upstairs.
That is a dangerous game to be playing there, especially without any support, but he gets the job done. Ruda as well finds one more, and now the advantage is firmly in favor of Monash. Rowan is on low health, but with Zenny being able to heal him back up, that low health will soon disappear. And certainly, Monash Mankeys have made a great start, and they've still got over half the round to work with here.
Yep, and now Wakame is going to be holding that push, almost fighting the heads. Zenny there, going to be cooking the nade, ready to potentially find one. Nade goes out just in front of the drone. Luckily, that drone isn't destroyed in the process, but Magpie still holding a pretty strong position here. Zenny is alone on that push, but Brother Snooki is coming in from the flank through the freezer. Might be able to get a pick there. Does see the head. Does not manage to tag Path of Chaos, but actually takes him out once again. Brother Snooki taking out poor Path of Chaos. Still going 0, but that's okay. There's still plenty of rounds left. Maggie gets a pick. All the picks coming out. Maggie is the one person left, and great kill by Rod with that Magnum. Impossible to control.
Maybe impossible to control for some, but not... impossible to control for some, but not for Rowan. Gets that last kill. Needed to get there really quickly because Magpie actually close to catching things back up. It was certainly a difficult position for him to be in. I believe it's like, what, 1v4, 1v3, but he's done a lot of work so far. He's put in a lot of work, and he continues to do so. So, great that Mankeys were able to finally shut that down and end another defense round from Western Sydney. Western Sydney did go a little bit better, but honestly, not by much.
Yep, I like to see that they did have one roamer with the Malusi. I want to see them pressure a bit more. Then they're just giving up all the up control really easily, so that the attackers have so much time to pounce on them. And yeah, Monash Mankeys just working very well so far. 0-2 already, and they're gonna switch up their whole lineup a bit. But Zenny once again on the Finca. Maybe that LMG is getting a bit stale, Lance, but it's not serving him quite the same power this time, but I think the Finca utility is doing very well for the entire team.
Yeah, I think that's just because Ruda and Rowan have been killing everyone before Zenny manages to make it there. So it's not necessarily his fault, right? It's just the rest of his team is too good. QED once again will attempt this solo roam. He's all up here all by himself. And we've criticized this on both teams. They send one player to roam, no support. I like to say if you're going to do things, do it properly. Don't half-ass it. And this seems to be a bit of a half-ass option. It can work out really well, but it's not consistent. And that's the problem with the solo roam base. So I want to see whether it plays out for Western Sydney or whether they will face the same issues they had last time.
Oh, one guy's coming up the tower stairs potentially, but Wakame's going to fall back down. I think QED has been left alone once again. And Wakame is busy with all the explosions coming out from all sides. He is in a tough position. Better fall back very soon. Vincent gets a pick onto Hasbullah. Very nicely played from that pillar hold. And Wakame will be able to still stay in that fairly aggressive but exposed position. Maggie holding in shield still with 2 ADSs fully charged. And the attack is just down for Mankeys quite a little bit. It's alright, Zenny is ready to enter the building. We're going to see some LNG action as he's going to probably send it onto the pillars guy. He might be able to get a pick onto him. Brother Snooki is afraid to drop the hatch still, probably waiting for his teammates to get into position. Utility getting destroyed. Vincent gets down in the process. As I predicted, Zenny, beautiful opening pick for their attack onto the side.
Rowan, meanwhile, actually going for a solid flank down Freezer, and this has the potential to do a lot of damage. Again, though, solo player could backfire tremendously. So a little bit questionable, but in the meantime, Zenny, however, will find Wakame. I guess that pressure from the Nomad has at least distracted the players, and they've got pillar control now. One player does fall back into Freezer. Path of Chaos finds Rowan, as we mentioned. No refrag, but Willow wins quick to find it, leaving 2 players alive. One in Freezer. The position is known. Zenny is holding in his position. However, will get caught by Magpie on the flank, not looking that way, but Rudasnuki finally finds that player in the Freezer. Now it's back down to a 1v2, sorry, as Magpie finds that IQ. All up to Willow wins down. He's got the diffuser, but 30 seconds now and the smoke canisters start to come into play. Looking for that angle. He doesn't quite have the intel all the time, really, to go for the drone. He's also quite exposed, so not really much he can do except stick this plant. He will be hidden by that wall. Gets off the plant as he hears the footsteps, but Magpie decides just to take it slow and just wait out this player. Willow wins, looks for the kill, don't quite find it. Gets a bearing out, but both players just dancing around this wall, not looking for a fight. Out with the shotgun and into Willow Wind's head. A close call, but it will be Western Sydney that comes out on top.
Damn, that was very close. The smoke was just on 5-10 HP. That was easily 1 bullet away. And unfortunately, Hibana did try really well, but yeah, dancing around that freezer wall, especially the soft wall being open at such an awkward angle, narrowly misses and is unable to vault through it to pressure at all, and in the end, unable to find that kill.
Much needed round there for Western Sydney. They've done this basement defense a second time now, and finally reaping dividends. And of course, they struggled on that first wall earlier, so getting that change of pace and breaking Monash Mankeys' streak so far will certainly help and at least give them a bit of a mental reset. And of course, going from winning that first map, losing that second map, you do need all the wins you can get at least to build up that mental, because, you know, it is so important here in this game.
And now we're just going to see, once again, returning up to the top floor. I wonder if they've actually changed up anything, but maybe they were just looking for 1 round to win off so that they can build some confidence on this side. Once again, I'm just hoping to see some better roam play coming in, because it's sort of just wishy-washy. They're not quite committing to the roam or just committing 1 person, or they fall off quite soon. It did work out for them that time, but I really hope that they do try to just commit some more roamers. We're going to see Rudasnuki here, going to be finding a defender, but Magpie is actually going to fall off from the double meetings peak and just going to ensure his safety. Maybe he will play off with the Belusi, which could turn out very well for them.
Attack now just lining up their options, deciding what to do. It will be through this master bedroom as usual and through the attic, which is what we saw last time. Willow wins, of course, being sent to open up this attic wall. He will be going alone, I assume. Yep, Zenny, however, will be backing him up. That's good. I was a little bit worried about sending the Heart Breacher all by his lonesome. So they're going to be applying pressure to this attic wall, but QED will be there to perhaps counter. Could perhaps shoot through that hatch or maybe even go for a flank. But I think the drone might have spotted him out, and QED, for now, is just content on waiting for the right moment to strike.
Yeah, but I like that at least Magpie's sort of playing in close proximity, but could easily get taken out. Vincent taken to a slither of health, but Magpie's there to play vertical if they decide to push through the closet. Flank drone gets taken out, but someone's still watching that drone. Fire, the Goyo just burning Vincent. Another pick up by Rudasnuki. And now QED gets a pick onto Zenny, but gets tagged very low. The run kind of falling apart, but it's still 2v3. Still decent odds for Western Sydney, as the fire of the Goyo and the gas canisters all get popped at once. Attic wall is getting open, but Wakame gets the pick onto Hasbullah with the SMIC 11 and evening it back to a 2v2.
Yeah, Rudasnuki and Rowan have been doing so much damage here. Rowan, of course, clearing out those 2 players from below and clearing the way for this attic entry. Of course, he then ran in to make Wakame, but not for long. A grenade in hand, and that will be it. 2v1 now, the Path of Chaos left. He is the only thing blocking the path of Monash making it onto the site. And with that ping coming out now, he is certainly in a difficult position. Live ping as well will be caught on the rotate, and that is it. Mankeys take another round in what was, well, Western Sydney can't build the streak here.
Yeah, Monash is looking so confident on these attacking rounds. It's kind of looking like a Villa potentially. Western Sydney need to make something work. They need to bend one round back. I think 2-4 is still okay to win off. But yeah, if they're confident on the attack, that won't be too bad. But as you said, Lance, they need to get a couple wins to feel a little bit safe here.
Defenders, protect your
Similar
bombs from
picks
being
once again
defused by
coming out. Zenny still sticking on the Finca. Pretty much same lineup all round, and they're actually going to be sticking with this top floor site. They're not going to try maybe the kitchen meeting Danza to hold, or it's not as comfortable to hold.
Yeah, we have seen a bit of a problem here with the second floor. They just cannot seem to really hold onto it, no matter what they do. Last time they put players, just stacked them on site, and Ruda just kind of just walked in and killed them all. This time they had 2 players on the roam, which I did like to see, but both actually shut down by the same player. It was Rowan on that Nomad. Sorry, he was on the Yana last time. Managed to take them both out. So, yeah, it's just not working out, and Western Sydney perhaps, yeah, need to find something they're comfortable with to give them the best option. Because, well, if nothing is working, then just do what you do best.
And now Magpie gonna go for aggressive peek. Tries to spray. Unfortunately doesn't find anyone, but that's okay. They do need to sort of play off each other, but Magpie and QED have kind of split off quite far from each other, so they won't be able to get the refrag off each other, which is quite concerning to see, but that's alright. So far, nothing or no troubles has occurred. Zenny ready to drone in, and Rowan is going to be taking, or just confirming the rotates. I wonder if the Maverick is not quite yet in position to get rid of the attic hatch, or attic wall I mean. But yeah, defenders just playing cozy so far, and the roamers I suppose are relatively passive.
Yeah, I guess this is a good idea though, keeping their players alive, because once it comes to collapse, usually Western Sydney fold quite easily, and Ruda will actually fold Magpie just like that, caught on the rotate at the wrong time. Jaeger falls, and that's a first pick once again going in favor of Monash. Oh, the second. Okay, Ruda, just calm down there. You can't just do all the work. Gotta let the rest of your team get some kills.
Yeah, it's a 5v3 now. Half the time remaining, plenty of time to play this quite slowly just to confirm everything. Zenny going for this interesting long flank, but I think his teammates have already rampaged through this area already. But he is potentially able to get a pick onto the stairs there, coming up behind, taking out QED. Ron gets tagged very heavily, but he takes out Wakame and saw up the path of chaos. Oh no, he's getting PTSD once again. The air jab's coming out. He's probably going to hit another one coming in through this doorway. Preemptive knife. Gets a double kill. Well, not quite a double kill. Rather Snooky manages to survive. Hasbullah confirms the kill onto Path of Chaos. And that's another one for Monash Mankeys. They're looking so strong on this attack so far.
And the fact that they've been able to do so well on attack, I think, spells, well, it's a bit of an omen for Western Sydney, because usually the defense side is considered a bit stronger here. So if Monash Mankeys are able to attack this very structured map very well, then surely the defenses are going to be even better. So Western Sydney need to at least make it to 2 rounds. If it's 5-1, I seriously doubt Wyvern's ability to take it to overtime or win, even though they're really, really good at attacking. Monash Mankeys just seem to be doing so well on this map.
Yeah, and they're gonna return back to the basement site because top floor is just not working out for them. Their only one defense victory has been on basement, so they're hoping to just get one more there. Being 2-4 is definitely much better than being 1-5, that's for sure. They haven't really quite changed up too much in their lineup. I think that is a little bit concerning. So maybe they're going to be more confident with their gunfights. Willow Winds is going to bring out the buck this time. I believe it's the first time we're going to be seeing one. But of course, Zenny once again on the Finca and fairly classic operators. Hibana will be very useful getting triple hatches open. So yeah, just going to have to see how this pans out.
his Goya Shield canisters have been a bit hit or miss, to be entirely honest with you. I feel that although, you know, it's been able to deny a lot of time from the attackers, it's also backfired. It's also backfired quite a lot. I mean, Rudisnuki managed to get a pick onto someone using the canister, and they're playing too close to the canisters, which means that when it goes off, it does actually burn them. So, I don't know whether Rakame will be able to do better with it. He certainly has done better with the gun. Yeah, Ruda already dead. Oh, look at that.
Pretty huge there. Rudisnuki
is
really carrying so far in this match. He's 8-4 in fact. But Rowan is the other carrier, so if they manage to take him out as well, that could be pretty huge. Zenny is once again crawling through. QED might be able to find him. No, goes for the pre-fire, but only sees the tip of the muzzle. Instead has got to pull back, fearing the power of the LMG. QED a bit lost, goes for the vault. Doesn't quite find him. A bit unlucky with the timing here. Frag grenade gonna come out. Doesn't quite do any damage to Zenny. Zenny's struggling to get the cam, but that's okay. He's got lots of bullets, the remaining 69 in fact, and he's just gonna take his time. Frag grenade coming out, probably a bit better than the impact. I don't think anything is protecting it, but it's okay. QED just having a bit of a one-off 1v1 with Zenny. It's preoccupying our whole time, but finally Zenny gets the win onto QED. Unfortunately caught on that drop, unable to bring the gun up. And 1 minute remaining as Zenny's got a pinch there. Another push coming out, but Wakame does shut down Zenny.
Path of Chaos falls. Sorry, is able to find one. Now it's up to these two players, but Rowan with the 44 Magnum. You don't see that often. Hez has gone down, so now it's a 1v1. He does manage to clutch it out. Was that a bit of BM attempt, or did he really run out of bullets? Because that's rather unfortunate.
I think maybe he did run out of bullets, so he wasn't willing to switch his gun to make sound, maybe. But yeah, good stuff there. Western Sydney needed that win, bring it to 2-4, so they've just got a little bit more breathing room for some potential mishaps along the way. But now they're going to be on the attack. Considering that they picked defense first, maybe they're not quite comfortable to do the attack on this map in particular. Maybe they play even less than Villa. So just going to see how this works. But I do think Western Sydney are at home back.
Yeah, they've got 2 rounds in their pocket. They're 2 behind Monash, but we have seen them catch up. On Villa, it was a similar situation, and they managed to find quite a number of rounds before finally falling. So I could see them catching back up. For Monash Mankeys, though, it's now their time to shine. They are on defense, so they've got to use their setup, their strategies to slow down Western Sydney's attacks and blunt that aggression that they're really, really good at throwing. Having said that, it does mean it's a bit more predictable. You know that, well, they're going to try and just swing us, right? So you know that you can kind of wait it out, wait for the signal. Maybe we'll wait for this jitter to go. Server, yeah, please.
Alibi
please fix the
just like
internet.
playing PowerPoint presentation there. But I'm a bit disappointed, Lance. There's no thinker. How is Magpie possibly going to get any frags now?
That's a
but
good
no,
point.
he's looking good. 6-5 so far on the defense, but he is on Maverick duty, it seems. Which is a bit unfortunate. QED watching the stairs as Maverick is lagging a bit behind. I think that default might have still been up. I'm not quite sure. And is going to be entering into tower to get that attic stairs open. And
yes, similar approach from both teams, I suppose, going for that attic. They send the Maverick in, open up the hole, apply a bit of pressure. I don't think they've really tried to push too much into it, and usually when they do, it doesn't go well at all. Attic is a notoriously difficult place to take, so I don't see it working out so well. This push, however, is going pretty good. They've got that master bedroom control. They can start opening up this hatch. Now they can start applying pressure onto the site itself.
I'm not liking that none of them are watching the closet. Maybe a cheeky defender might want to run across it. That's okay, none are there. Oh, Valkyrie gets hit by the air jab. Was probably trying to go for a nitro play. Good job by Vincent on that roam to protect. But no, Hamzetta gets up, gets two in fact. Huge roam, completely demolishing the attic threat. So now it's just three people all concentrated on one side of the map in a 4v3 position. And this is not looking too pretty for Western Sydney.
Now, this push being a lot more one-sided now will certainly play into Monash's hands. They're already 4 rounds
Oh.
up. Oh, wrong player, buddy. It's okay, it's meat jammed anyway, so I wasn't going to do anything. But now they're funneling through this door, not the play you want. You can potentially... Oh, Path of Chaos does manage to take out Rooted.
Oh.
But Zenny with a fadeaway and a second one, Vincent cleaned that up. Now it's a 2v2. Wakame going for the plant, but Willow Wins finds the cover. And now Wakame all by himself. He knows his play on white, but looks the wrong way. Willow Wins cleans him up. Goes 5 rounds up now for Monash.
Oh, that was kind of looking kind of close for Western Sydney. But no, losing one more to Monash Mankeys. This is not too pretty for them. Western Sydney, I think they had something going for them. That flank by Hasbella was absolutely huge. Just getting rid of that attic flank potential, the remaining defenders can just concentrate on holding the opposite side. So I think that was definitely one of the round-winning moments there. So definitely watch that flank. Maybe some claymores, maybe a nomad air jab committed to their even.
Yeah, we did actually see a drone right there, but I suppose it is a little bit too close to the players themselves. So by the time you see it and by the time you get the comm out, and then you have to react, it's already too late. So really not much there could have been done there. But it will mean Monash gets to go to the basement, which is another very, very strong site. In fact, some would consider it stronger than the second floor anyway. So Western Sydney have got their work cut out for them. A good solid lineup as well from both sides. No Thinker though, as you mentioned, which again, I am now questioning.
I think they need to switch back to that Thinker. Come on, Magpie. You know that you need this crutch to get the victory.
Wow.
Not to call them out or anything, but you know, I just think that... Oh, no!
No.
We don't want to see that QED early pickoff by Willow Wins. Very, very unfortunate, but it's okay. Rowan gets picked off in return. I guess Magpie doesn't need his LMG. He's got to use the Twitch gun, the F12, I think?
F2, the F2.
F2, close enough, close enough. Only one digit off. Magpie got to go for the send. Wakame gets taken down very low, but it doesn't really matter if they're going to commit to a full send. Rudder Snooki takes out Vincent. It's a 3v4 situation now. Good strong position by Rudder Snooki, playing it in pillars, and it's just going to really halt the attack because they're not able to get rid of the walls, I suppose. They have lost, or their Hebana is really low. They might have been able to get a small wall open, but they're just going to have to go for a different angle now, which I think is a good choice.
Yeah, this rush just did not work out. It was blunted very well by that smoke. Who managed to get away with his life as well. Rudder Snooki also finds one before finally being taken down. Wakame is actually down, but Willow Wins will be the one to clean up. Defenders, that's Monash Mankeys, put themselves on match point.
Not looking good for the Wyverns. Monash Mankeys on match point, as you said, 2-6 now. It's not looking too good, Lance, is it? Not the 5-7 I was hoping for a close map. Classic caster's curse, never able to predict what's actually going to happen. But yeah, I mean, maybe Roll might go for a BM play again, and Western Sydney's might be able to pick up one more. But we're actually going to go to the kitchen meetings, no,
Dining,
kitchen dining site, my apologies, the kitchen dining site. First time we're going to see one team playing on this site. Probably a bit difficult to hold, but Mankey has strong so far, so I think they're confident to take this home.
Yeah, the problem is, of course, it's much harder to play vertical because that small tower and the kid's bedroom are separated by the outside, so you can't rotate across them as freely. Even if you put players up there, they don't have the same support compared to, say, the meeting hall, where you can play in the attic and kid's bedroom. Having said that, though, there is a very strong position that can be held from showers, and we indeed see these players holding onto it. Thorn being brought out as well. No deployable shield, but barbed wire will slow down the push through the shower corridor, give a bit of intel, and will make taking that a lot more difficult.
And Magpie gonna switch to also. In fact, Vincent on the Thinker, interestingly. And I think there was a pre-placed Nitro there, which could be spell disaster for QED. He's gonna walk in, and boom!
No.
There he goes. Rowan picks up QED with the landmine, finishes him off. Path of Chaos can only watch in horror as his teammate gets blown to smithereens, and that vertical play has been reduced. Probably could have had a lot of value from keeping the Zephyr. Not looking the right way. For example, looking at the cam that he just shot, admiring his beautiful work. Gets taken down by Rudder Snooki, unfortunately. Just falling apart. Another pick by Rowan, taking out Magpie. And it's now just a 2v5 situation. Path of Chaos gets taken down. Zenny with the double Smig 12, Smig 11, whatever Smig kill. And just finishing it off. Cleans it up for Monash Mankeys. A very convincing victory for the Monash Primates.
Well, a flawless round. What a way to go. What a way to finish things off. I guess they took our bias a little bit personally maybe, and they said, hey, watch this. And yeah, what a powerful statement to end things on as well on the whole map. 7-2, definitely in control the entire time. The attack looked dominant, it was dominant, and then the defense as well, even more so. They held on for dear life. And so, well done to them. Definitely hard fought map. Any other thoughts about how that all played out, Com?
Well, they sort of made my wish come true in between. I wanted 7-0, and 7-2 I reckon is pretty good in my books. Very convincing. Congratulations to Monash Mankeys. They'll be in the run to take revenge on RMIT. But good stuff by the Western Sydney Wyverns. They played beautifully on Cafe, taking out 7-4, falling short on Villa, which wasn't quite their style of map. And Oregon, I think it just got tired at the end. But good to see both teams pulling it out, playing very strongly throughout the night. But yeah, congratulations to Monash Mankeys. I'm sorry for saying monkeys, it just rolled off the tongue easier.
Well, unfortunately for Western Sydney Wyverns, that will be the end of their playoffs journey and their tournament journey. We did follow them from last week, but we will have to say goodbye to them as well. Of course, there will be other teams who will have to be leaving this tournament. I believe one of UT Sellouts or UC Chest has been eliminated as well, so I guess we'll find out later on. Well, that's almost about it from us, but before we go, we have to once again thank our sponsors, and this time we have some things to show you as well. Sponsors, of course, we have Predator. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming today. Predator are the gaming PC partner of the AEL. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming. Predator puts power and precision in your hands. Elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality and performance thanks to Predator.
And of course, we have AOC, the best viewing experience. AOC monitors have launched the first ever monitor crafted for League of Legends. League of Legends is represented in every aspect, from the iconic Hex tech design and logo to a specific game setting mode. In-game visuals achieve their fullest potential from the combination of AOC's monitor expertise with the creators of League of Legends Riot Games. Check out the Aegon Pro AG275QXL today at au.aoc.com.
Last but not least, we have RIG, what it takes to win. RIG develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the RIG team and enhance your gaming experience. So of course, thank you to those sponsors for making this all possible and allowing us to talk about a game, and for allowing all of us to enjoy what has been a wonderful best of 3 series. If you would like to see more, of course, make sure to check out our social platforms. If you want to find out more about the AEL or upcoming events and live streams, check out AU Esports League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Also, of course, we have Twitch channels. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/AELUni and twitch.tv/AELUni2. And of course, thank you to everyone in the chat for sticking around and giving us all your support and feedback. We love you guys. We know that you guys are just having some fun with us. So it's been a blast to have you here. It's been a blast to have you here, Com, as well. And so,
Thank you,
yeah,
Lance.
that's going to be it from us. We will see you next week for another playoffs games. This is Spudoom and Commandante signing off. Good night.
Good night.